Molly.
All right, so hello everybody. We are playing some. I know we're late, but fuck it, you don't care.
Honesty today is
All right, so
I was like, I've been screaming that all day. I don't give a fuck.
I have been screamed at all day. It's fine. There's a child screaming at me, so it's fine. We're gonna play some D&D tonight. We are following the ongoing story of the Dawnforged company, who have just returned to the prime material plane after adventures in the abyss, getting revenge on the man who killed her father and took over the estate for Zephyr, and then from the astral sea, where they visited the Githzerai, found out. God damn it! Found out.
Astral Sea, terrible. 0 out of 10.
Yeah, 0 to 10. Had no fun in the astral sea. Lots of people got transformed, and it was fun as hell. But they found out that people are actually being recruited in their dreams to become dreamsmiths. This title they've been giving people who are able to create things in the world of dreams and then kind of anchor all of their dreams and stuff together to create some sort of weird dream city. And we're convinced that, yeah, that's better than anything real, so keep doing that. They also found out, while fighting some of the Githzerai, that people's bodies have been moving without them while their minds or souls or whatever is off, either in the realm of dreams or whatever that's doing. People's bodies were moving and attacking using the full aspects and efforts of their capability while they weren't even there. But then sailed back on a giant squid ship and decided to release it into the wild, finding that it was an aberration born on the border of the astral sea and the water, the plane of elemental plane of water, and then brought back Zephyr's dad, who was just lost as far as what he wanted to do or where he wanted to go. So they're like, hey, if we take you with us, people are probably not going to trust us too much. So how about you hang out inside of this Nautilus until we summon you, because you're a fucking arch devil. So maybe. And he's like, okay, yeah, you with the staff, be cool.
Read a book, you nerd.
And I am cool.
Hell yeah. And then
because I got this sweet ass staff.
Then Uza remembered that they had the coordinates to return back to the Eyrie from their previous jaunt into the elemental plane of air. Used those coordinates and then brought them back to this kind of hidden temple under a windmill. You guys just came through, and I believe that's where we're going to go ahead and start. All right, so. All right, nobody did it. All right. So as you guys kind of...
Do we start?
There it is. See?
Would you
I was
like
gonna
us
do it
to
in
start?
character,
Like,
so
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway. Moving forward. Up and onward. So as you guys kind of... You felt the same almost weightless feeling, and you're falling through, seeing all of the different dimensions as described at the end of last session. You're falling and falling and falling, but not falling, but you're just weightless. And then suddenly you feel gravity reassert itself as your feet seem to lock into the stone underneath you. You look around, and the place is almost exactly the same as where you left it. Except for it's a bit darker. Like, it's extremely dark in here. It's really, really hard to see, and outside you hear this hollow sound of wind.
Prestidigitate an orb of light.
Perfect. As you do, the orb of light manifests, but it doesn't seem to pierce the darkness as much as it normally would. It only goes out... Normally you can get a good 30, maybe, feet of light from it, but it's super short. You can only see about 15 feet clearly before it seems like it's just almost supernaturally dark.
Are my goggles of night working?
You put them on? Swap out
Yeah,
your
I put
eagles?
on my...
Okay.
Well, I haven't worn the eagles in a while.
That's right. You pull down your goggles to get a better look around, and you also can see as far as you normally would with your goggles of the night. It's about half the distance you could normally see.
Okay.
You guys hear
Derek,
this?
I have a quick question for you. This portal back here, is it gonna? Can someone use? Can someone shitty use this to get to the elemental plane of air?
I
Or is
believe
this
that
like
typically these portals work as targets, but so with see if I can explain as a target location to arrive at, rather than a place from which to leave, except if you know the coordinates.
Actually, this one is kind of special. I need you to make an Arcana check.
Oh, friends.
You were
The
right as
Stargate
far
rules?
as you were right as far as that. Oh shit. Okay, perfect.
I know everything.
So as you're saying, as you're explaining the right and accurate way that arcane teleportation circles normally work, you look at the actual structure itself, and you notice that this one has innate magic power built into it, where normally the magic is powered by the person casting the spell, them tying it to the magical planes and tying the planes together, rooting those points together, where you're going to step from one point to the next. This one is actually constructed as, like they said, more of a Stargate situation, where you see there's a few activation stones, which where you guys left them, they have fallen off, and you see they're like on the ground. There are all these stones that are clearly meant to be put into these marked, etched places to activate the portal. You get the idea that anybody could use this if they knew the right places to put the stones.
Okay.
Do you explain that to us?
Yes.
We should
I'm
probably
going
put
to-
this in the bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the stones.
Perfect. Easy enough. You grab the stones, toss them into the bag of holding, and from outside you guys hear this kind of sound of wind, and it's this eerie, hollow wind that almost fills you with a sense of emptiness. And then looking around in the corners of the room, you see that as the light tries to penetrate, and as the goggles also do, you see there's something like dripping.
Sorry, I'm gonna cast True Sight.
True Sight. Okay.
Or through my goggles.
Perfect. True Sight, no problem. Okay, so you activate the True Sight on your goggles, and so now you see normally. You see the light, but the thing is, the light isn't able to penetrate outwards. Like, so
That's magical darkness. Just letting
It is.
everyone know.
Exactly, yeah. And so you'll be able to see even clearer. There's these almost upside down pools of this black inky material coagulating at the top, and you see it's dripping, but the reason you don't hear any drops is as the drips fall, they evaporate before hitting the ground. The darkness from outside also kind of leaking in through the door, creating this kind of almost oppressive feel.
I'm gonna get real sad when I go outside and get the plane.
Bloodscale checks for his other eyes and horns.
A blood scale, as you feel your face through, you feel the mask at first, and as you move up, you feel all the holes for the other eyes. You feel the back of your head, the horns have stayed.
Wait, what?
He didn't
I'll
change.
just hey Uza, and then I'll lift the mask real quick so he sees all the eyes.
Oh no!
Oh God, I'm really glad you guys did brain surgery. That should have been permanent.
I wasn't permanent the first time, so maybe not.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm gonna go ahead and check outside.
Okay.
Can I have advantage on perception checks? Since I'm using True Sight.
Well, True Sight doesn't give you advantage. It just lets you see normal and magical darkness. You see invisible creatures and objects. You automatically detect any visual illusions, and you succeed against saving throws against them automatically to perceive the original form of any shape changer that has been transformed by magic. You can also see into the ethereal plane, like if somebody's using like an ethereal step or anything like that, with that same range of your True Sight.
What does blood scale look like to me right now?
Blood scale. So if you're looking at blood scale, you see actually Bloodscale's true shape, when you first met him, is still kind of underneath all of this magical transformation. But above that, you see almost like these pools of magical energy. It's kind of strange because you're seeing through, like, it's a physical transformation, but it has been clearly changed by magic that is fueled by. You see for each color of dragon that he's said he has, there is like these like kind of shifting pools of magic that all concentrate. His head is clearly like the magic is like almost been tucked underneath the skin. It looks like from your perspective, you know, the horns growing out the back, everything's the same. But you see basically there's this layer of magic on top of what has transformed Bloodscale from his original form.
Okay, neat.
Sure. All right, you're headed.
I mean, you get true sight. You got to ask these things.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's part of the fun. All right, so Uza, you said you're headed outside.
Yes, I'm gonna do a stealthy check. And
Perfect.
Hope to God this darkness is not outside, but I know it is.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me.
Oh, it's dark, so I can
Get
use my
advantage.
thing.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Are you swapping out your cloak?
Advantage. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up my
Oh wait,
cloak of the deep crow.
when we're in stealth mode, doesn't that give us something?
No. What do you mean, Teach?
You know how the armor turns black? Didn't that have an effect with it?
No, just
Nah, maybe.
it changed the DC a little bit, but it didn't give you like advantage or anything like that.
It let me stealth, so I wasn't like a beacon of awesomeness. Says the bird made of half lightning.
So 31. Okay, perfect. You see, you guys watch. Is anybody going with Uza, or is Uza scouting ahead?
Following behind him, but I'm using whatchamacallit, the
Pass
stealth.
without a trace from the staff.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
You release the you guys watch as she again taps the ground with her staff. A single petal falls, and as it changes from green to black, hits the ground
All right.
Nice.
and then spreads everywhere. And you notice this orb, this magical effect of darkness that helps you get it the plus 10 to your stealth. It goes twice as far as normal. It shoots out 60. I think it's 60 feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, so we're all in it now?
Mm-hmm.
What
I
is
got a
that?
41.
Oh, I don't even notice, do I?
No. She very clearly cast the spell.
Yeah, and it's a spell she's cast before.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
guys.
30 feet.
But, no, but like I wouldn't see it, right? My vision would stay the same. That's
Oh,
what.
no,
I-
you would-
That was flavor. That was flavor.
No, I know. I'm just wondering if I'm
Actually,
aware of it or not.
You are aware of it. You do see
Okay.
because like you still it's weird. It's like having ultraviolet
Okay, cool. Got it.
light, like
That's good.
where you can still see everything, but there you see the darkness and beyond.
Gotcha.
Like same with True Sight. So you see both all the layers in Bloodscale's considerable makeup right now. All right, so
cool.
everybody's going outside. Give me a stealth check.
I think. Is anyone staying behind?
I don't think so. That's why I was just getting everybody to roll.
Okay.
If everybody rolled, they'd be like, okay, everybody go.
Ooh, yes!
God damn.
Oh! You
Match
and me
and
both, my
Uza.
sir!
Hell yeah! Oh, of course.
Oh. Okay. And then there it is.
Clank, clank, he's a tank.
Think only one
No,
missing.
Clank, he uses a luck point.
Hell yeah!
And then
I'm gonna use Ben fucking. I'm gonna give him those extra. Nah.
No,
Nah,
that's good.
nah.
Because
Alright,
it's
alright,
23 now. It's fine.
Oh,
And then-
that's right. The
no,
plus
you
10.
add,
Okay,
add
sorry.
10. Yeah. And then Ulu, what's your stealth roll? Ulu.
Ooh, no, poor.
Molly's not currently at a computer.
How
She's
That's
enjoying the
orcish.
game.
Dare
But she's
you? Ooh, late
Ulu.
at me.
Shit. All right.
Surprisingly so.
Fucking hell. Okay, so you did better than Zephyr's natural 20. And
Oh,
so
called out.
fucking no, just sorry, that's crazy good. So yeah, you guys all kind of like hunker down and start to stealth out. You guys are actually so Uza, Visair, Zephyr, and Ulu. you guys all head out in a way that like you just hunker down to get down. You guys actually moving out all, even though you know you're all together, it's really hard to track and know where everybody's at. Even with, Bloodscale and Mesnos, they're a little bit easier to kind of track mentally, but everybody else, you're getting a hard time even piercing the darkness enough and staying quiet enough to know exactly where everybody's at. But you guys kind of start heading outside.
Just for the record, normal marching order. Everybody?
Okay. What do you consider your normal marching order? Door is 2 people wide.
Who's out front, then the tanks, then the squishies.
Perfect. Okay.
Bloodscale usually hangs in back to be that back tank.
Perfect.
Okay. Then
I'm
Tail
usually
end
like
Charlie.
right behind the front.
basically,
Something like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
works for me.
All right.
little protect the president action. Feels great. I feel so secure in this. Like I'm like, ha, fucking. You try
Contact
it.
left, you're fucked.
I mean, yeah. Well, that means I only have to look one direction, which is very good for Vicer's limited perception score.
That's true.
All right. So you guys make your way outside. And it is dark outside, the same oppressive darkness. You
Alright.
look up into the night sky. There is no moon. There are no stars. Just an inky blackness. And
Do we recognize the building we are in or came out of?
yeah, it's the same building you went into before when you went to the plane of air. That same big
So-
windmill.
A windmill where the air elemental Ganassi rolled his eyes at me because I couldn't make a fucking simple riddle.
Right. And
Yeah.
this is pretty close to the city. The Erie. It's in the Erie, or
No, it's the there's the
Outskirts.
Erie and then there's the
Outskirts.
outskirts. This is part of the bit that is usually kind of abandoned a little bit every night for safety's sake, to make sure that they can defend the wall that surrounds the Erie.
Can I hear
Okay.
anything?
Perception
normally-
check.
Sounds of battle or anything like that?
I normally
Uh.
wouldn't think to do this, but perhaps we should fly towards the city instead of walk.
So with before I answer that, I gotta go put a pacifier back in the baby mouth. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I think we should fly there, guys. I have fly I can cast on anyone who's lacking, but I think most everyone can pretty much fly already, and it's only a level 3 spell, so I feel okay using it. You know what I mean? I think it's a good use of the spell slot in this current situation where we can't get jumped as easily.
I think Ulu is the only one that can't fly.
Normally Meredith
and
would do that, but
Bloodscale
she pulled her
flies
back.
slowly.
Okay, so before you take off, with a 28, you do hear this strange sound. It's just this, and then a squelch of like something being stabbed, and then
Sounds robotic.
and then further away,
But there's like the sounds of like hitting meat.
hit and meet. Yep.
Sounds of battle. Okay.
And then further away, you just hear this
Sorry, the sound
constant
of what?
hit and meet.
Hit.
Okay.
Further away, you just hear this. Like, it sounds the combination almost of like a burning furnace and like a screaming growl, along with this kind of rattling that seems to be moving kind of east to west at this point.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
know
gonna tell
nightmares,
everybody.
so-
I'm gonna tell everybody what I hear, and also mention the fact, like, okay, I know this is a little on the nose, speak, whatever. This is literally the stuff of nightmares. I
No, I'm
think
with you
Phobic
there.
was here,
Now,
and I hope to God, Akkadi's, all of them. I hope my people got out, but I don't think they did.
I don't know.
how
Don't
far
know, have to
does
find out.
your true sight go, and how far does your goggles look? See, I mean,
My goggles go 60 feet, so I'm what? Seeing
just
30?
halved 30. Yep, and then
That filter goes out 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Okay, so it'd be at this point. Hold on, sorry.
the prophecy has been fulfilled. Ah, yeah.
Becky? See?
It's never
I
gonna
make that.
stop.
I make that reference all the time. You were
Same,
yelling
dude.
at me.
Same. I wasn't yelling at you. I was just saying I
No,
can't stop saying.
man, whenever you do that,
Oh no, no, I
do that in response to you.
to you. No, I know. I know.
Okay,
That's
so
my fault.
you guys see just barely within your sight, there's this colossal, like extremely large mechanical construct of some sort, but you can barely see, like it has clearly like metal face, legs, and arms, but all over its back you see bodies that have been stuck to it. Some like with swords through them, some with spears through them, and it's just going through, and you see it reaches down and it picks up another body and then sticks it onto its back.
The Aarakocra.
Make a let's see, give me a perception
28,
check.
28.
No, that was to hear what was going on. This one he gets advantage
Oh.
on because of this knight's. Or no, he doesn't have the eagle on. 30. Okay. From this point, you see that the one that you like, as far as you can tell, this one has hobgoblin bodies stuck to it.
Okay.
It's tramping through this the vineyard that was you'd previously seen there, and it's strange. Like even in the dark, everything looks so grayed out. You can tell they're hobgoblins because of the shape, and then make a history check for me.
Big old fat +0.
18,
Hey,
no problem.
not bad.
So with this, you looking at it, you see, you recognize actually one of the hobgoblins that has been like staked up here. They were one of the ones that had been surrounding their emperor, the Bloody Butcher, when you
Oh, like the
spoken to
Royal
him.
Guard? Shit, I'm gonna pass that along. But also, this battle is over. They're picking up corpses.
All right.
Do we
so
want to investigate the corpses or
Tree.
tree?
the council?
where? What if
There
I
could
think we
still
should?
be people here.
You
I think we
do.
There's sounds of fighting.
You do also hear a clanking south and to the west.
If we hear
Sound
sound
like
might
swords?
help.
No, it sounds similar to the thing that you've just seen.
Okay,
So we
here,
don't
let's
hear battle at
clarify.
all?
Let's clarify. Did Uza hear any sounds of resistance against these things?
No.
Hard no. Tree.
I just want to point out that the tree could land us somewhere we don't want to be.
I
No,
think
I'll
lands
pick
exactly where she
directly to
goes.
Kern.
Right, we don't know what's going on in Kern. Things are clearly different. We don't know how much time has passed. We could be
Yeah.
going right.
Kern wasn't being attacked when we left. We were here.
Alright, but
So
like,
there could still be a battle going on there, which
Kern's where we had defenses set up anyways. Let's
What
go
we
check
wanted.
the defenses.
alright, just be ready for battle.
I need another perception check from Visair and Uza, since they're the ones who can see the farthest.
Oh, perception +0. What do I see? Nothing.
23. Okay. Uza, at this point, you see another one. Also, bodies over the top, and you can't help but notice there is one body on top. It's still wearing the gold armor from when you knew them. Matrak, the leader of the flight, has been clearly impaled on this creature. There are several other Aarakocra. You recognize a few that were archers and one that was part of the Druid Corps. His bow and mask now slipping to the side. As
we
you
need
see
to
him.
leave. This battle's done.
Alright, let's do it. Where's it? Is there a tree nearby?
I take him to the tree.
So the closest tree is going to be the tree line outside of the city. because at this point you're farther away from the center of the city than you are to the outskirts. You guys are going to have to kind of make a stealth stealth run or a full run for it. Which do you choose?
How far away is it?
Well,
you
weren't we gonna
guys,
do as much as we could a stealth flight as to not have
Yeah.
footstep sounds?
I just wanted to see how far
want
it
to?
is first.
it's about 300 feet away.
Okay. I'm just seeing. Okay. So flight speed of 60. If I cast fly, does anyone's flight speed below 60?
I'm at 50, but I can move 150 in 6 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
Mine
you
is
can
last I had knowledge. Mine was only 20.
Okay.
My
I don't
flight
know if
speed
that
is 50.
changed due to more dragon awareness or not, but
You haven't had to try
I'm at
something.
50.
50. All right. I have 3 charges. I have 3 third level spells. I'm gonna cast fly on myself,
isn't flight
Ulu, and blood
concentration?
scale.
Fly is concentration. You only have one instant of it up at a time. If you cast it at a higher level, you can do one additional creature for each level above third.
I'm gonna call over Faf and have him.
He kind of crawls out.
What's in his
or-
spell ring?
Oh shit,
Or-
my fucking bird is here.
Oh, my bird too.
Bird?
Maverick and Percival
Oh,
were
yeah.
last sent to this city.
What what's in the spell store ring? Sorry, I know I wrote it
Incinerate.
down somewhere.
You wrote it down
No,
on,
no,
on
I
his
had to put
character
a
sheet.
different one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be on his character sheet still.
Mesnos can cast fly.
Go into it's under companions and then Faf.
Companion. Oh, on. There we go. Nice.
Yeah, and then character sheet, and then it should be suggestion. Looks like, or no, that's his innate one. We wrote it down. Here we go. Ring of Spell Storing. He has Dispel Magic level 4, and then a Firebolt, one Firebolt for 5 spell levels total. It's on the left-hand side underneath his. You'll see Superior Invisibility, Limited Telepathy, Magic Resistance, Innate Spell Casting, and then Ring of Spell Storing. I put it right there.
Does Uza have a call for Maverick? Like if we get to the tree line, he could do the call and we can just wait a second.
If you, yeah, get to the tree. I'm gonna stay back a little bit. I'll be within range. I'm gonna tell Maverick to either meet me now if he can, or in Kern, and it'll be an hour in.
Okay.
Honestly, once we get an eyesight of the tree line, Mesnos feels confident enough just to mention Dor Ulu to the tree line.
I have
with
a
it?
question that will affect further uses of the spell storing ring.
Sure.
If I cast the Dispel Magic level 4 out of it and stored an instance of flight in there, could I then have 2 people get the benefit of flight? Because it's a concentration spell.
Only because
Okay.
technically, the person who is currently attuned to the ring would. Or wait, let me check concentration on that, because that actually, I believe it should be whoever's currently wielding the magical item for most things. The Ring of Spell
Yeah.
Storing is odd. Let me just
Yeah,
double
it's-
check. I
the Ring of
believe
Spell
that'll
Storing
work.
is-
Because that can at least get everybody in the air. If I do that. We lose a level 4 Dispel Magic. So, what do you got? I mean,
Wearing this ring, let's
I
see,
think it'll be
spell
worth it,
DC
but what do you guys think?
I
Otherwise,
think
it's
it'll-
treated as if you cast the spell. So yes, it would be using his concentration. You could do that.
perfect.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't think there's a point in wasting the Dispel Magic if we can get people over there relatively fast anyways without even using flight.
Alright.
Also,
Zarek would probably be the
I
only
can
one.
cast Dispel Magic with the Staff of the Magi
Oh,
a lot.
A lot?
At this point, it's 3 charges and I have 35 left. So,
Oh,
there's other
damn.
thing I can do with the staff, but
So why
that
would you?
is, yeah, just dispel all the magic. Well, because I can also cast Fireball
That's fantastic. Oh, Pocket Sorcerer?
and
That's
Plane
amazing.
Shift and Lightning Bolt and
Oh! Sorry, you said plane shift. You reminded me that I can go into the ethereal realm or something like that. The realm of stars,
Yeah.
astral plane.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to the astral, I don't understand the astral plane well enough, which is why I've never used this.
Oh,
fun
so
feature.
so this one, it's more like, okay, you know when somebody is like the term astral projecting,
Mhm.
it'd be like that.
Dream
where,
Walking.
but it's instead of just you're leaving your body behind, you basically step into. You can still see things. They're kind of floaty and they're a little
Well,
faded out,
it's-
but no one can
Yeah.
see you.
So here's
No
the
one
main
can
part
see
that
me.
you're.
Okay.
Yeah, but here's the main part that is going to make you not want to use it in this situation. You reappear in
Reappear in
the
the
last
last space you occupied. All right. That makes
No.
sense. It would be completely overpowered now that I think about
So
it.
here's
Oh,
here I have a very easy plan because warlock spells can be regained just on a short rest. Mesnos can cast Fly on Zarek, and then Dimension Door him and Ulu to the tree line,
Why does he need to
and then
cast
everyone's
fly?
flying. Because Zarek would have to spend a spell slot. Meanwhile,
I
that would
also
take
have
a long rest. Meanwhile, Mesnos only needs a short
there's
rest to
also-
get the spell slot.
Doesn't he cast high
Arcane-
enough to cast fly on multiple people?
There's also arcane
Yes.
recovery. Yeah, I was gonna say the fly will affect. I think it's what 6th level at this point.
5th.
5th. Okay. So
Cast
that's
everything at 5th.
that's 3 people flying.
So technically, he wouldn't have to use Dimension Door if we didn't want, but he could still.
Mhm.
I have
And then-
Dimension Door as well. I could take somebody with me. So we could have
Can-
4 people there. Pretty
No,
instantly.
let's just have Mesnos use Fly on the 2 people that can't fly.
Mhm.
Hell, maybe even Bloodscale as well, because Bloodscale, for all we know right now, only flies at a 20-foot speed.
Little baby.
And
No,
then
anyway.
yeah, Mesnos has his own wings, so he can fly. So really, that would solve
Yeah.
everybody flying, I think.
Let's do it. Everybody
before
keep
you
our-
guys-
our extra dispel magic.
Before you guys take off, Zarek, can you give me an Arcana check as you're looking around? 21. Okay. So as you're looking around,
Never let
everybody's
Mesnos
just.
roll Arcana.
That's true. I don't know. He just hasn't. Zarek's kind of taken over the Arcana mantle.
Makes
and-
sense.
Mesnos has a +8 though.
Yeah, but this is concerning
I know,
the
I'm fucking
planes and
around,
stuff
it's
like
funny.
that. All right. So
I like it.
before I do that, I'm so sorry. I gotta stand up one more time. 1 second.
Alright, man. It's babies. Can't be mad at babies. Not when you don't have to live with them.
That's right. I had BRB too.
Cool.
You know, the baby's upset. Matrask is dead. Some bullshit.
I'm hoping that we're gonna notice we're not quite in the right place or something. But I don't know, probably not.
I think we just took too long.
Now your candy's gone.
I think
In the
it's
back.
literally
Okay, so,
still only been
You
guys
3
don't
days
think we could
and
just
shit
sprint to the
fucking went
thing?
bad.
Save spell slots.
You always could.
But if we fly, we make less noise. Is the plan.
So true.
Just be careful if they invaded here. They're going to be prepared for flyers.
Also
No one
true.
says we have to fly high.
No,
Also
just
true.
That's true. Look, point being,
We can really pass without a trace.
past at 5th level.
Fastball the tree's
Well,
still
and
active.
he's and because he's a warlock, we'll get him back with a short rest. So I think it's a good investment in resources overall.
Plus, we still have pass without trace.
So we're
as long,
like
as long as we stay within 30 feet, Zephyr.
Super stealthy.
so stealth. I think you
Yeah.
underestimate the sneakiness.
You slap me, I slap you.
If we just take whatever twice Zephyr's movement, and if we can all relatively move at that same speed,
Bada bing, bada boom.
what is your flight speed, Zephyr?
Speed is 50.
Okay.
really a
Well,
Hondi.
My
So it's
regular.
gonna take us 18 whole seconds to get there.
I like those numbers. Those are good numbers.
I don't know what Mesnos' flight speed is, but I'm assuming it's very much the same as Zephyr.
Does the higher level of fly make us go faster, or is it?
No,
still
it's just more
speed?
targets.
More people.
Now, here's
That's airplanes.
Nah, there's no way it would work, but it's like spell sniper doubles the ranges of spells, right? Go 120 feet in a fucking move. That would be crazy. It'd be the
No,
flash.
doubles the range
That's
at which
monk
you can
stuff.
cast them.
I can-
Not
I could move at 150 in a move.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You're
it takes
basically
him
the Flash.
It takes him
And yet
12
you beat me in
seconds
a
to
race.
make.
Remember, I didn't actually beat you. I just tricked you into thinking you
I
got
know.
Yeah, but he's
Oh,
playing
that
it up.
was I was 8 years old and drunk.
I would still say it looks like the fastest we could travel is 100 feet per round.
So here's the
Pretty good.
crazy thing. So that 150 feet
Just once you cross.
in a round is only 17 miles per hour.
Is that it?
That's not
Yep.
the Flash, obviously.
Well, no, it is if you go from
But-
like in 1 second, if you go from 0 to 17 miles an hour, that's fast.
Anyway,
I
The
mean,
acceleration
yeah.
is great, but the
so
max speed is not.
real quick.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
so
just saying for the acceleration is crazy. But
drop back in.
Instant.
Nobody. We'll talk about
D&D.
nobody.
All right, we'll stop talking about the mechanics.
So, Zadok, as everybody's talking, you standing near the kind of the house for the mill, basically the part where normally you'd be grinding down wheat into flour and stuff like that. You see that from the corner of the roof, that stuff is still coagulating and dripping, but again not reaching the ground, and you recognize this. This is shadow stuff. It is normally a huge part and integral part of the plane of shadow, also known as the Shadowfell. You also know that this is a phenomena that can occur in the bodies of creatures of darkness as well, and usually it can be employed in forms of illusion magic and shadow magic, and people have been known to collect it to enhance their illusions. It is it's hard to make anything permanent from it, but people have used this in combination with things with illusion magic and shadow magic to bind it together to create semi-permanent stuff, and people bind it to stone and then work the stone, causing shadow stone weapons and things like that. This should not be here by any stretch of the mind.
Which of us
okay, then.
recognize it?
Just Zarek. He's the only one with the
Okay.
planar knowledge to know what that is.
That's what I thought. I was like, wow.
So is my inferential takeaway here then that this is that whole planes bleeding together nonsense? Or is that what I can assume from my knowledge?
Yes, yeah. That would be a
Okay.
safe assumption from your knowledge.
Okay.
That wouldn't be a sign that we're not in the right place, would it?
I think at this point that question becomes way more complicated than
Yeah.
normal, because essentially with the planes bleeding together into one, we're kind of in the
We're in the
There-
right place.
everywhere's the right place,
Yeah, yeah,
kind of.
So Zarek knows
An
you're in the
old
right
tower.
place because there's no way to anchor, like using the anchor you guys did. There's only one place that can go. That's how you guys know you're in the right
That's
place.
exactly what I was looking for. Thank you.
You got it.
I like it.
I'm gonna scoop up a handful of dirt and place it in a vial.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure it's not touched by any of the shadow stuff.
Sure. Go ahead and write down Earth from the Eyrie vial in your inventory.
Did you tell us about this stuff, Zarek? Have
You did it in the windmill.
Didn't you all hear?
Sorry, when I explain stuff,
The
we used to go with the. You have to explain the. If you want to share it with somebody when you learn something, you have to say "I say that," just because people have learned stuff and then the character
Yeah.
didn't want to share it quite yet. So I think that's
Yeah,
what
no,
you
I
used to
know.
clarify.
That's-
Okay, perfect. Okay.
That's I was gonna say that, and then he
Okay,
beat
sorry.
me to
My
the
bad.
asking. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. We're good.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna basically say, much like Zarek explained before with the anchoring of things in ways that don't normally work from the dream world. That like this is just more evidence that everything is going to hell real quick.
Perfect.
I'm gonna
All right.
pick up some of it with Mage Hand.
Okay.
Do you think we should keep some?
Um,
I asked Zarek directly.
Real quick, Mage Hand usually summons a glowing spectral hand. You guys are currently stealthing, is that?
Oh man, I forgot that it has a visual component.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
bright.
but you remember that Zarek can do it without the visual component.
Oh right.
True.
Right?
Zarek.
You remember that?
Yeah, Zarek.
You've
I
seen
got-
me do it.
I can't mage hand it myself. Should we take some though?
Do I know of any practical uses of it for us?
Just in association with illusion magic, it would boost that up. Other than that, it doesn't weigh anything. It removes, most color from stuff. It's kind of its own, like, you can. I mean, it has been known to if you can coerce it correctly, you can create a shadow elemental from it. It requires quite a bit more than you see around you now. It gives things super, like, unnatural properties. Like, there's a lot of potential to it, but there's also a lot of consequence to it. Like, because usually it's, it doesn't, using it affects you, no matter how you're using it.
This place
So it's
also,
like radioactive
this
almost.
stuff also, like, pretty sure destroyed my home.
Can we
Throw that
bail
out
before
there.
we're found? by any
Yeah,
chance?
we should
Okay.
leave.
Just thinking maybe for the weapons.
I think no. We
No,
should. This could be very helpful for if we need illusion magic, more powerful illusion magic, and that sort. I'll grab some if you have containers to put it in.
And if Fovator's connected to it,
I don't believe he'd have any direct influence through it. That it does not bear his essence.
It's more of like an
It-
element of shadow, like similar to like fire and wind are elements. It's just this elemental shadow that is associated with the plane of.
I'm gonna show
It's
a
his
little bit
fault
of
that's here, but he can't influence us through it.
Well, that's
I-
fine, but Ooze is gonna show off, like, the
I could-
elemental lightning that has become part of him.
If I
Good
could,
call, but
if I cast minor illusion into it, I could send a dummy running off opposite direction of us, grab some
Just-
attention.
let's just get to the
Or
tree.
we
I
could
still
just
have to
hide
call
in the
Maverick.
cover that we have now and go.
Alright, let's go. Just curious.
It's at this point I need everybody else to make pretty much everybody spoke, I think, except for Ulu, Zephyr, and Mesnos. I need you guys to make stealth checks again, just with the to get ready to go for flying.
That's right. Get ready to go. Okay.
It'd be a 46, sir.
Yeah, 16.
Oh,
Oh
30.
my god. Okay. My fucking god. All right. Let me check one thing here real quick.
Mesnos is also going invisible because he can do that at will.
Especially in the dark. Yeah, so Mesnos, he gets. Oh man, yeah, he's just fucking. Didn't he already? Go and roll one more time for Mesnos because he has the advantage on stealth checks when invisible.
I didn't.
He rolled an
just
11.
did.
Oh, he just did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's at 11 before. Go and give me just one to make it advantage, just if it's any better.
That's much better.
Okay. All right.
Technically a 30.
Yeah, it is. All right, so
To the 30 club.
you guys, as you guys kind of get ready to go, you aim yourself into where you know the direction of the woods are. You can't see them yet. You guys watch as the instant it seems Ooze's feet leave the earth, gone. Like, almost as if the shadows ate him. It was so fast. The rest of you get up into the air and you're cruising pretty well. Blood scale, it's 16, so you're not like stumbling over anything like that, but you just feel a little obvious with your size and the way that everything, flying through the air. But together, you guys are flying over this field and looking down. You see there are more and more of these golems that are going through, and they're just collecting all of these corpses and then stabbing them to their back. There are many hobgoblin. There are less, but still a few Aarakocra here and there. It's mostly hobgoblins in this particular fight. The crops, a lot of them are crushed, not burned or salted or anything like that, but just as if things had been stepping on them or trampling them.
Can I see the main city at all while we're going?
Make a perception check. Okay, with a 23. Yes, you do see Oh, actually, you wouldn't be able to see the city, but with a 23, you kind of look away from the ground for a second, it being a little overwhelming to look at right now. And as you look up, you see a formation similar to one that you've seen before. It is the double V of the flight. It's one of their attack patterns. But you see each of them that are flying, there is a small purple crystal in the center of their forehead.
Oh,
And give me a not intention. What's the word I'm looking for?
intelligence?
No,
Insight?
Insight. Thank you. Give me an insight check. Their bodies are clearly moving without them. There's something that's happened to them. And then, as you guys are making your dash over with a 23, you do see you fly over the hut of Scrappy. Don't you do it, you piece of shit computer. Don't do it.
It did it.
Eyes left the chat.
Did it.
Oh, damn.
No, wait.
Oh, but does he know we can hear him?
I can hear you.
Yay!
We can hear
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's just roll 20 that's being shitty because your icon's popping in and out.
Okay.
Gesundheit.
No, that was just a frustration thing. That was in the sneeze.
That's just a dad noise.
If it helps, the stream is still up.
Okay, stream's
Oh,
still
yeah,
up.
stream's
Okay,
still up.
that's good. Okay, so as you're flying over, you see Scrappy's house, and he's still inside. You see him kind of, he's staring out at the world, and he does not have one of these crystals on his head, and he looks terrified.
As the strongest boy, I'm just gonna swoop and pick him up.
You didn't see this.
Damn it.
Who
The
did?
only one
I'm-
who saw it was Uza.
Well, if Uza tells me he's the strongest boy, I'll
Yeah,
swoop.
no, I'm gonna tell everyone to keep going, and I'm gonna tell Bloodskill to come with me.
Okay.
Why?
No, because he's gonna lose his. We can't. We gotta go together.
Ask without trace.
Pass without a trace.
It's way better if we all go.
Does
And
he?
fly.
This. All right, I'll tell everyone to come with. Can I see Lee's house at all from where we are?
No, Lee's house was more in the city. The Scrappy Scuddy Dick, his was the farthest outside of the city of any of the ones that you guys really kind of talked to and knew.
That means Uza could just get up on him and cover his fucking mouth real quick so he doesn't scream.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna tell Bloodskill to hover above the house, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna do exactly that.
Okay, yeah, you easily beat his passive perception, being a fucking ghost in the night at this point. You sneak in, and then you, being a bird, you don't put your head out, you just reach over, and with his longer beak, you just grab it and clamp it shut, and he starts
I just
to
lift
struggle.
my other hand up, and I'm putting it to my beak, like the shh, and then I'm gonna point up.
Okay, he looks absolutely terrified. He nods and
Must
points
let
up,
him go.
and then his wing, he like flutters his wings as if we're gonna fly.
I'm gonna kind of give him that hand sign of like down, like quiet, and I'm gonna point at Zephyr. Get near her.
He kind of nods, and then he just kind of, you see his bright yellow feathers, and like he kind of has like his clothing is decently bright, but he kind of nods,
I'm gonna
and he kind of like
I'm gonna
hunkers
give him
down
the
a little.
cloak. I'm gonna give him the cloak of the Deep Crow.
Okay,
It's,
yeah,
it's non-attunement.
perfect. You hand it to him, and he kind of flops it over himself and pulls up the hood, hiding pretty much all of his bright yellow and white feathers. So
So that should give him a +5 to his stealth.
perfect.
And then I'm gonna ask him, where is Lee?
I don't know. They came
What
into.
happened? Are there any other survivors?
Oh yeah, lots of survivors. The ones that went away. All of us who stayed made a very big mistake, and I made a big mistake. I didn't. I
It's
just
okay.
wanted-
It's okay. We're here, and then we're gonna not be here.
Okay. Where did you come from? I thought you were gonna be back sooner. Where did you go?
So did I.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. Where are we going? You said we're going to fly away from here. I mean, that's not safe,
We're
but
gonna-
nowhere's safe.
It's okay.
Okay.
With the Dawnforged, right?
Yeah. Don't.
We're gonna fly up, and we're gonna make it to the tree line.
Okay.
Zephyr's gonna cast a spell that's gonna get us to Kern,
Okay.
where I believe everyone else went.
Yes. Yes.
Shh, it's okay. Calm down. I need
Okay.
you to take a deep breath, and I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Okay.
Nice.
Akani's got your back right now.
God, yes. That's what it is. God, that's your God. That's why you're all. And he gestures to your electricity.
Oh yeah, fun story, but not for here. We need to go,
Okay.
and I'm gonna guide him out,
I'm
and then
gonna
I'm
ready invisibility.
So you, when we're out of combat, you don't have to tell me when you're readying something. I appreciate it, but like it's only when when we're in combat that you have to be like, I hold this spell, because you use the spell slot and then you can use it if something happens. But if we're outside of combat and something happens, you'd be like, I cast invisibility,
All right.
I appreciate the prep.
Vicestair has thought of using invisibility and is ready to use it in a heartbeat.
Oh, okay, perfect. I see what you're saying now. Thank you. Okay, good communication. Invisibility, is that a touch spell? I forget. It is a touch spell.
Yeah.
So with your so you're gonna who are you gonna preparing it for, so you can be near them?
If I see anyone being noticed, I'm gonna dash over and make them invisible as fast as I can.
Perfect. Okay. Excellent.
There's a reason we're all flying in a group.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm
So
gonna poke my head out the door.
Okay.
Take a quick look around, and I'm gonna
Perception check.
signal him when to go.
Do we notice Uza not having the cloak?
Uza is a little more obvious, especially with his electric skin, but it's not. It's you notice more of Uza, but and you notice less of.
Oh my God, Uza 2, Electric
Scotty
Boogaloo. How
Yoke.
did we not think of this?
Oh, because it's called Tuza. Electric Boogaloo. We already got that.
Oh, fucking amazing! Electric
Already got
Boogalooza.
And we already have an
man.
electric Tuza. That's true.
Amazing.
I think it's because of the semi-Civil War
Connotation.
connotations of Boogaloo. So
Oh God, that's right. Yeah.
Anyway,
Fucking ruining memes.
perception.
no.
Give me a perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Thank
all
you.
right,
Everybody.
No, just Uza peeking out. 24.
Nice.
You look around, you hear some of the sounds of the cadaver collectors, but other than that, you don't see any close.
All right, I'm gonna send him up, and I'm gonna follow close behind.
Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and give him his stealth roll. Plus his
Plus
guidance.
5, plus 10.
Oh, from the cloak.
Yeah,
and
the Cloak of the Deep Crow gives him a plus 5 to stealth.
Mm-hmm. And then, okay, perfect. So, okay, yeah, looking good. So you kind of watch his steps and everything as he first steps out. Him still being, kind of more comfortable as you knew he was he was very comfortable as a Kenku. You see as he gets down, the instant he's outside, he's already crouched down quite a bit and pulled the cloak all the way around him, so nothing you can even see his feet. And then the instant he like looks up and looks back, gets the confirmation, he leaps forward, and as he does, you see his arms pulls the cloak tight to him as only his wings are sticking out, and he's doing big gigantic flaps to keep himself a missile as he goes forward. You quickly follow after him, and in your own super stealthy way, where for you with the darker wings than his bright wings, you're able to kind of glide more and make less noise, where he's doing gigantic flaps and then trying to hold them to his side under the cloak as he goes. The rest of you also see this take off. Take three running steps, off you go. At this point, you guys kind of looking around. From here on, it's all the same as you've seen, and you make your way to the edge of the forest. And are you guys land? Tell me how and where you're landing as soon as you hit the tree line. As far as like in trees, on the ground, all that stuff.
I'm gonna check our landing area, our pre-planned landing area.
Perfect.
Working with Zephyr to see if what size tree she needs. And I'm gonna do a security check before we land.
Maybe
okay.
maybe try to get a couple trees deep just for a bit of obfuscation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make a perception check for security. Zephyr, go ahead and make an investigation check. So if you can find a tree that's large enough for all of you. And everybody else just landing next to him or landing in trees. Is there like, I guess, what, a few deep for obfuscation, of course.
Everybody who has flycast on is just floating.
Definitely.
Perfect.
Not
No need
fully
to touch the
landing.
ground.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Don't know about people with wings, but I have a feeling.
Okay, so
I
with
mean, I
a...
can't speak for Ulu, but
With a 23, kind of looking around, you don't see anything. You do hear way closer than it was last time, that kind of rumble indicating the worms might be close. With a 19 investigation check, you're looking around. These trees, a lot of them are really kind of thin, as this is, when the forest had been thinned out for the Erie. So you're gonna have to go a little bit deeper into the woods to find anything, in order to travel through.
Be sure to tell everyone stay off the ground and out of the trees.
So everybody who's flying is floating along. Mesnos and Zephyr, along with Uza, are you guys trying to hover using your wings, or just kind of move slowly using your wings?
I'm doing once I kind of realize the area that we're landing in, I'm gonna do a circle.
Okay.
Just kind of staying within range, and then once they kind of figure out where they're going, I'll start to head back a little bit.
Okay.
And tell them I'm staying within running range, flying range. But
Okay.
let
Excellent.
me
So
know when you're ready.
You're
Mesnos
scouting.
is doing similar because he's invisible.
Perfect. All right, so for Mesnos and Zephyr, since you guys are going kind of tree to tree, less conducive to flying with wings, I need athletics checks from both of you.
Oh. You're gonna go nimbly
Got it.
nimbly through the
Shitting.
trees.
Oh,
Oh no!
No, she's not.
So
Fuck!
you guys watch
God.
as Zephyr heads to the left, Mesnos to the right as they're trying to check tree to tree, and Zephyr, the instant you're getting a little bit further away from everybody, it's fucking darker than it ever has been. Like I believe you have even your night vision is restricted, and then so you're kind of grabbing trees and using them to kind of like grab and then flutter and push off, so that way your wings you're getting it. You think that'll be a good way to I don't run into anything, and I can keep flying. And so you hit the first tree, and
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because Mesnos was doing the same thing as Uza. He wasn't really looking for trees. He was like, Zephyr, do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just wondering if he could help her in any way with, I don't know, 60-foot levitate spell.
Not with with a
high up is
natural
she?
one. Well, you guys are trying to keep low to. You said you were trying to keep low to the ground, and that was and you have people flying them hovering, so you guys are all trying to keep it relatively low to the ground. She's only like 10-15 feet in the air.
Sorry, by a 60-foot levitate spell, I mean 60-foot range of him going up, no falling.
Oh,
You know what?
Can he react fast enough to keep her from hitting the ground? I guess that's the question, right?
The thing is, if he can see it, because you have to be super close to people to even see what's going on with them. If he's following Uza, he's with his limited sight range. He's not going to be able to see her fuck up.
I didn't say he's falling. I said he's doing similar.
How
He's in
far
the
away
circle,
is she?
But that's
from-
entirely fair if you can't see her.
I'm going to say he probably can't see this. If he's doing similar, doing like a perimeter check to keep things like that, he wouldn't be going
All right.
with her.
He's
so
doing similar as in the kind of flying circles, so that way he doesn't have to land.
yeah, he'd have to get above the trees, and even that far away would make it so he couldn't see her.
That's fine.
But with that,
How far away from Viceroy is she?
let's see. And it's just started. She's probably, I'd say, 45 feet away.
On do I hear her hit the thing?
Well,
Can I roll a perception check for that or something?
no, you all hear her hit the thing. Like it's so. Yeah, let me.
All right, I dash over towards the noise.
Okay, so while it's so as your so Zephyr. Everybody's solving your problem before anything's happening. So, but anyway, you.
I told you my plan.
Oh yeah, no, I've got you.
Remember, he's looking for anything.
Yeah, I got you. So, as you reach the first tree, you hit it with your arms, and as you push off, there's actually a low hanging branch that was. It's so hard to see in this darkness, and it just catches you right across the head. And as you do, you kind of flip backwards and start to fall 15 feet as you hear this magical as Viser dashes towards you, because you still have true sight up. That's how you saw her, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I heard it, and then I have to move close enough to see her 30 feet away from true sight. That's my logic here. So it's after she would have hit whatever it is.
She's close
so
enough to the
timing-
ground. So okay, so you hear the whack, and then you start heading that direction, and then you hear oof as she hits the ground because she's falling faster than you can
zoom-
fly forward.
I zoom right over the top of her
Perfect.
without stopping.
Okay.
I touch as I cross over her. I tap her and cast Greater Invisibility.
Okay.
And then continue about 20 feet
Okay.
past where she is, or 15. That's my movement speed. To the end
Okay.
of my regular movement speed, and stop, and like basically get as stealthy as possible.
Okay. So, Zephyr, as you hit the ground, you just for like just a split second, you almost have like the wind knocked out of you a little bit, and then you just see Viser fly over you, touch your nose, and as you're looking at his hand and looking at your nose, you see your nose go invisible, and he dashes off, and you are on the ground. Perception check from Mesnos and.
I was
Sorry, go
gonna
ahead.
say in the earpiece. Zephyr's down. Everyone should stop, just in case.
Perfect. And then my scouters give me perception checks for hearing worms.
Again, it's really only Uza. That's not at all what Mesnos was doing.
Okay, Uza, since you're flying the outmost perimeter, give me a perception check.
31.
31. Okay. You hear as she hits the ground. It's hard to make out because there is now you're getting to the point where there's almost a background rumbling. There's clearly a lot of them here, but as she hits the ground, you hear as it sounds like something stopped for a second the instant she hit the ground.
I'm gonna get on the earpiece and tell everyone get the fuck off the ground now. And I'm gonna move back so that I'm 100 feet within the sound of the thud, I guess. Her
Okay.
thud. I wouldn't know exactly where she is, so I'm gonna have to ballpark it.
And I'll
Perfect,
whisper
okay.
in the earpiece. Zephyr, can you fly?
Zephyr, the wind's knocked out of you, but you can get back into the air on your own power.
Yeah, I'm getting my ass back up in the air.
Perfect. Okay. So
I
how
am really embarrassed.
how high off the ground is everybody be after hearing that?
After hearing that, I'm gonna be.
Moving above the tree line.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Everybody
sure.
moving above the tree line?
Yeah.
Let me ask this, Ty.
Mhm, yeah.
Mike doesn't remember, but Uza might be because it was like maybe 9 days ago.
Yeah.
I was flying above the worms in the battle the
Mhm.
first time we met them. Do I remember the height in which I needed to be?
You remember you need to be at least 50 feet off of the ground. They seem to burst out of the ground and then have like these large like licking tentacles that can pull you in.
I'm going to tell everyone to get 60 feet above the ground.
You got it.
Perfect. Everybody, you fly into the air,
Earth
and
bird.
as you guys take off, Zephyr, you look down and you see right where you had landed. The only reason you can see it is because it starts to glow, and then this tearing, twisting, molten mouth comes up from the ground, and as everything falls into it, it kind of waits for a second, and then you see it open up again, and then close and retreat into the earth.
I won't do that again.
So from the top of the trees, you're gonna have to
I
be
appreciate it.
you're gonna have to be able to parse the trees with the largest top of the tree in darkness and everything like that. So give me another investigation check and see how you do. 15. Okay. So now that you don't have to worry about grabbing tree to tree, it's really it's pretty difficult to tell from here. Oh wait a minute, is Mesnos assisting with this now that she's above the trees? And
Yeah, he would be helping her.
okay, go and roll again, just so you have advantage. 21. Okay. So with a 21, you kind of floating over the trees and everything, and you see, like looking down at first, it's hard to parse, but then you remember your time in the eldest forest, and you kind of take a breath, calm your nerves, and you kind of almost reach out with your druid senses, and when you open your eyes, all of a sudden it just seems more obvious. You can see, looking down at the canopy, the breaks between the trees. There's always a clear break between where they go together. As you're looking down, you're like, oh, of course. And then you see one that is much wider, and you recognize, as you get closer to it, that this tree is wide enough to be able to stride through.
Tell them I found the tree.
Why are you talking like that?
Ready to go.
Alright, let's do it.
All right. Hold on. Give me a few minutes here. I'm gonna take note of where she is and where the tree is.
Okay.
And try to memorize where it is in the dark.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make my way back a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna say this into the earpiece. I'm gonna try and get Maverick and what's the owl's again?
Percival.
Percival. I'm gonna try and get them here.
I like it.
Be ready. Be ready to open it up and leave.
Please be careful.
I know I'm ready. Do you want to be invisible?
No, because he needs to see me know where to go.
Should you take
But I
your
appreciate
cloak
it.
at least?
I'll be all right.
Alright,
He needs it right now.
safe travel.
And then I'm gonna go. It's pretty quiet, right? Other than the squelching. It's like
Yeah,
unintended, eerily quiet.
yeah, absolutely. Other than there's that and the wind.
Okay. Is it like it's not a roaring wind or anything though?
It's audibly noticeable wind, but it's not to the point where it's deafening or anything like that.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure everybody's well above 50 feet above the ground.
Okay.
I'm gonna get as close. Oh man, let me think here. 300. I'm gonna say about 300 feet away from the group, closer to the town. Does that get me out of the tree line?
That would break you out of the tree line by about 70 feet ish.
Okay. All right.
Or no, 300 feet. Sorry, you'd be 170 feet from the
I'd
tree
be
line.
170 out of the tree line. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 20 feet out of the tree line, which puts me 150 feet away from them.
Approximately, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy on myself.
Okay.
And as loud
Oh, Jesus.
and infused with lightning and thunder as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'm gonna guidance myself first,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna
Okay.
Thaumaturgy this.
Good call.
Guidance, then Thaumaturgy. Call out in Auron for Maverick to come to the tree line to get out of here. And if he cannot make it, to go where Tuza is.
Okay. So you take a second. You you feel the magic of thaumaturgy take hold, and you pull almost on your innate electrical and thunder abilities. You feel it pulling into yourself, and as it pulls up, you just feel the surge of energy, and then you just release this. You yell out as much as you can. There's a thunder crash that releases at the same time as you scream this out. How long do you wait for a reply?
I wait until I see either bad guys coming or Maverick.
Okay.
And I'm going to, every few seconds, check in with the rest of the group, let them know I'm okay, check on them.
Perfect.
And invisible ass Mesnos make his way out to Uza.
I am way faster than him.
Yeah, but while you're waiting, and the point is, he still has a dimension door to get you back pretty instantly.
Oh, that's true.
So you is he telling Uza this over the earpiece after this long second of this insanely loud yell, it's like a beat, and you hear over the earpiece Uza letting you know that he's okay, everything's fine, and there's a beat, and then you hear over back to you, Mesnos, replying like, do you want me to come back out with you? I have a dimension door to get you back to us even faster than your wonderful wings can carry you.
That'll be perfect. And as soon as he gets there, I'm going to draw my mace and my flame tongue short sword, and I'm going to light up both.
Okay. So, Mesnos gets behind, and Mesnos, as he's making his way out to you, there's still beats of silence. And
whatever
silence.
lightning I can conjure around myself in my lightning elemental form, I'm doing that. I'm going to be just a
beacon?
Grossly incandescent.
Perfect. All right, so you pull the mace, and then you flick it into existence. You pull the sword, push it down, and then you raise them both into the air. The blue light and orb of the mace starts crackling even harder with lightning as you're trying to like almost focus on channeling this power through yourself. And as you do, you see the lightning start to skitter across both weapons. You hold them out, and then your lightning form, you can feel your skin start to glow underneath, and you're looking down, and you're almost entirely like this lightning made into an Aarakocra form as you're just trying to become the brightest thing, and you're focusing super hard on it. You feel the lightning skittering across your skin and your eyes and everything. Your feathers like start to like almost puff out as if just forced apart by the pure electricity of yourself. You feel a small tap from behind you, and Mesnos just saying, "I'm here and I'm ready." But the silence is deafening. Yeah, you're trying to focus so hard, other than there's slight of the sparks going across your skin, and then you see it. This tiny pinpoint of shine headed towards you. You see it's going as fast as it can, but then you see on the other side one of the carrion crawlers, or the cadaver collectors, just running towards you. You see the bodies on it just flopping up and down as it runs. Marionettes with their strings cut as it is dashing towards you. Looking at you, see it's going to be tight.
It's only one of them?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Does
not.
he count as a
Aw.
Does he count as a creature or an item still?
All right, sorry. Is it only one of the cadaver carriers, and it is only one bird?
It's only
Those
one
are two
bird,
different things.
and only one. There's one of each.
Ah, boy.
And do I know if, for magic wise, does Maverick count as a creature or an item?
He now counts as a creature.
I'm gonna turn to Mesnos. I'm gonna tell him, take Maverick.
How far are they?
So at this point, they are. Let's see. So if you can see them, they're 60 feet out, both dashing as
I'm
fast as they can
gonna.
go.
Oh no, I've got a dumber idea that may work beautifully.
I'm gonna peel off left
Okay.
and indicate to Mesnos to go for Maverick.
Mesnos is going to grab your shoulder real quick, but first, he's going to try to hit this thing with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, fire off
Hit
the
one
Eldritch
thing?
Blast as you hear
There's 3, so let's hope one of them hits.
fire, fire, fire. All right, 28 miss. No, I'm just kidding. The 28 hits. Actually, all of those hit.
Hurl through hell.
Oh shit.
Okay,
does that
his
mean?
hurl through hell ability. So it's something.
It's only a 6-second blip, but that's enough for the bird to get here, dude.
So Uza, you watch as Mesos is like, wait, and then you see he reaches out his hand, and you've seen him cast Eldritch Blast a million times, and as he lets it go, you see at the last second the bursts of energy start to turn to this red, fiery, almost blood red flame as they hit the thing, and as they do, you see. He's still holding his hand, and as he turns it down, and he makes a yanking motion as you watch the Eldritch Blasts fly into and around and through, and as they do, these chains wrap around the cadaver collector. As they wrap around, they hit the ground, and you see the ground just, and it just falls into this flaming fiery pit, and you see Maverick trying his damnedest to make it to you as he's flapping his wings as hard as he can.
I'm gonna still
many
try
of
and tell
those-
Mesnos, go towards him. Get
Oh no,
dimension
no,
door him
Mesnos
back.
is doing that as soon as the thing vanishes in the hell. That's what Mesnos is doing.
Actually, with his movement, he can do them both simultaneously. So, Mesnos meets. So they meet up about 40 feet away. What did I say? No, 30 feet away. Sorry.
Real quick, did all of those hit? Because I'm gonna roll damage on.
Yeah, roll the damage.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a
That
loud
one.
one.
30 points of force damage.
Nope, we're
Nice.
not done yet,
Nice.
bitch.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
a fiend?
it is not a fiend. It is a construct.
Jesus.
All right, so 86 points of
Lord.
damage.
10d10. Wow.
And
The
that's
moment he gets the bird, he is dimensioning Dory back.
He hits.
wow.
Shit.
Teleports back, and then you watch, and then as he gets back to you, so they'll be casting another spell, so it'll be another turn. So as he teleports back, you see this thing burst back up from this hole where it was, like kind of just looking around. All the corpses have been burned away; they're completely gone. It's glowing red hot, and as it kind of just looks around, and then starts running again towards you.
I'm gonna head back, and you said there's also the reanimated flight or the controlled flight.
Yes, yeah. None of them seem
I'm
to
a-
have noticed this.
Okay, I'm gonna fly back towards the tree where everybody should be waiting.
'Kay.
And with thaumaturgy still going, no, it's been more
You
than
can-
a minute. But
you
I'm
can-
100 feet away. It's fine. I'm
It's-
gonna recast it.
As I say, it's a cantrip. Just
What?
hit it.
I'm gonna with thaumaturgy. I'm gonna holler out back again. The area will not be forgotten, and I will come back for it.
You guys.
Basically, the moment Uza gets back, Mesnos is just gonna say in the bead, "We should go."
So, you guys hear this as you're retreating. All of you waiting tense at this tree, hearing just slight rumbles around. You hear the scream, you hear this clanking of the running, and then you hear fire, and then a final yell about the area not being forgotten. And your friends are back to you.
I cast
Transport
transport
via
via
plants.
I don't know how the timing's gonna work on this, but the way Uza envisioned this was he was bulleting right for the tree next to Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
if
what I
there's even like a moment's hesitation, he's like fucking headlong into that thing.
So, Zephyr, upon hearing this, you kind of judge the distance, and you're like, okay, now. And so you kneel down and you put a fingernail towards the tree trunk, and then you stand up with it. And as you do, the tree magically just and opens. All of you seeing Kern on the other side, right outside of where the New Adventurers Academy was, where you'd first met Percival. The owl tree was the biggest and only tree that you could think of that in Kern that would actually work for this. You barrel through, and as you all make your way through, first Zephyr, then Ulu, then
First
Vice-
Uza, like a
sorry.
fucking bullet.
Oh no. And then Zarek heads through. Bloodscale, you take a look back, you jump through, and then you see Mesnos. He just quickly steps through. He hits the branches and jumps through, and then you see it's starting to close a little bit. As Uza's pelting as fast as he can, and you see Uza at the last minute folds his wings, pulls himself into this barrel roll as the door shuts behind him. The tree just barely making it as Uza on the other side, you pull through, and then you barely get your wings out in time before you hit the wall surrounding the Adventurers Academy.
Fast as fuck, boy.
You guys have made your way back to the city of Kern.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Let's see.
I look over
Maybe the
and
wrong map.
Look at that again.
I'm trying to find a. I can't remember what the best map for this would be, if I'm honest. 1 second. Did I have a map for the Adventurers Academy?
I think it was just a cityscape that we had.
It was
Yeah,
okay.
I think
Okay, perfect.
Zealer Akeem.
That's right. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me find a good map here for you. 1 second.
while that's happening, I automatically look at the bird and go, "Where's Percival?"
You see, he's breathing extremely heavy at that point, and he's like, he's fine. He should be here. Actually, I was told to stay there and wait, and I wanted to make sure you'd come back. I told him to go ahead, and he just kind of looked at me the same way he always does, like I'm the idiot, and he just. But
So
then
since we're at the owl tree, Bloodscale's just gonna look for Percival.
You do. You see Percival is just staring right there back
Bloodscale
at
just
you.
points like, there he is.
There's like 38 owls in the tree at this point, many
Holy
more.
shit.
You can tell
Percival!
the instructions to collect more owls were followed to the point. And you see, as you say Percival, you see just the, and he starts like hopping down the branch and then flutters over to you and just like almost hits you in the full face. Like it's one of those, and you kind of have to like catch him as he hits your face and like pull him back down, and he's just hopping on your arm.
Give him cuddles.
And he like nestles in. He's all about it.
I'm so glad you're okay.
And he seems completely unharmed. You see Skariak, Scrappy. He's just, what the fuck?
Sophie, you're okay.
Welcome to Kern. And I'm gonna hold out my hand for my cloak.
He's kind of like he's taking off, kind of just like tosses it at you.
Bloodscale's just gonna go give him a hug, and that head rubbling. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Wait.
I'm gonna.
The hell was that?
Ty, out of him and Maverick, which one looks like they have the calmer head?
Maverick by a lot.
Okay.
Like Maverick's like he's out of breath, but Scrappy's.
Hey man, why don't we make you some tea, and you can relax for a little bit? I get the feeling you haven't relaxed in a while.
No, they just never checked on me because I didn't go into the city. I didn't have to work. They just never came. They just never looked. And now I'm alive. And now we're here. And tea. Tea sounds wonderful. Yes, no tea. What kind of tea?
Bloodscale
Doesn't
still
matter.
has him like in a hug.
Yeah, no, he's just, and he's not even moving. He's not resisting the HUD. He's just like squished in, just babbling, like, oh yeah, no, that's it.
Being an introvert paid off. Usually
That's
does.
not even. I never got to start the bar. I was going to. I really was. And then like all of the hobgoblin. Then they were cool, but then they just.
It's okay. Just breath. You're safe for now. And then I'm gonna go to Maverick and ask what happens.
Let me tell you, it was.
I forgot.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's right. It's been a while since you talked to Maverick.
Oh.
So you send me out. We've got this whole message. Hey, we're the hobgoblins. Headed this way. Get ready for whatever the hell that means. And new council seems cool. Everything's all right. They get the flight ready. Still attacks in the night, but they seem to be all right for then. And then that on the horizon, it's just all fire and smoke, and everybody's freaking out a little bit because they're like, oh, Jesus, we can't stand against this. We're fucking birds. Anyway, the new council decides that, yeah, they can't stand up to this at all, so they're just going to walk out, meet them, and surrender because the flight is enough to save us in the night, but that's a fucking hobgoblin army. And so, I feel like, real quick, aside, I feel like this is a gigantic scene in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's been reduced to the guy in the van talking.
Oh, that's entirely what I'm hoping.
So that's basically like I just fucking
Yes.
it hurts my brain, and I just had to let you guys know real quick. All right, so
Perfect.
I fucking dig it.
Okay.
Can we all just agree Marvel needs like a recap for phases 1 through 3 from that guy?
oh
Yes.
Baba Yaga guy?
Yeah.
Or
Not the
No,
Baba
Mike
Yaga,
Penna.
not the Baba Yaga guy, the other
Michael
guy.
Penna.
Okay. Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy with the van.
Michael Penna, I love him. He's great.
yeah.
He's
Um,
such a treasure.
I
So-
can say something that'll ruin that for you right now.
Oh, don't please.
Ah, I'm good.
Oh
We're good.
no, it's the old Hollywood to ruin you. It's not diddling. Don't worry.
Oh,
Anyway,
He was just born into a ridiculous fake religion
oh, bummer.
of Scientology.
Aw.
That's it.
Uh,
He was born into it. I mean,
half of Hollywood, if you want to.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all of Hollywood now.
anyway, back to this. So,
It's like, I do not care about Hollywood.
I don't give a fuck. He's so he continues like, yeah, so they just walk out there, they're like, hey, we surrender and everything, and so we see these gigantic fucking turtle with a whole fucking village on its back is just walking there, and it stoops down, head down, and then this guy made of like fire, like kind of like you're made of electricity now, but he's a hobgoblin. He comes down, and this motherfucker is bare from the waist up, all just fucking fire and blood and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, this is it. I have to watch the Eerie die right in front of me. But weirdly enough, he kind of talks to him, and he says, he met you guys, and that his original plan of, I don't know how he put it, but it sure sounded like subjugation to me. Anyway,
Yeah, he does that.
he's like, I'm the great, but I am the greatest general who has ever and will ever lived. There were no hobgoblins empire before me. Anyway, he blah blah blah. The Eerie, they're just, the new council, they're just grateful that, they're not gonna fucking die. Well, not today anyway. But then, they're welcome to the city. Everybody has like a bit of a party. Hey, we've got some allies, like an official, like, this is our first official kind of treaty and everything like that. Everybody's, things are looking good. Everything's looking up. They're having a wonderful time. And then, they tell them about the night attacks and everything. And, the hobgoblins, they've been experiencing the same thing. Nobody gives a fuck about me. I can just sit at this table. Everybody's like, look, it's a fucking raven. Nobody cares. They thought I was like a fucking pet. The fiery guy, like, threw a tomato at me. And, I got to catch it. Anyway. They're talking about this, and so, they tell them that you guys came from Karn, or the Eerie, they say, the Dawnforged, they came from Karn before this, and, Karn's a big stronghold, and then, the whole next day, they're going around, they're looking at all of the, the fortifications and everything to try to make sure that the Eerie's going to make it through, and then they come to this, agreement, shall we say, that the Eerie is not defensible in any way, shape, or fucking form. So oh no, he speaks common. This is all in common. You can all hear
Speaks
this.
common now.
Yeah.
No, Bloodscale is doing this for an entirely different reason. I
Oh,
promise.
okay, perfect. Yeah, no,
Oh,
this.
okay.
Yeah, you can all understand this. For
I misunderstood. I thought he only spoke Aran.
no, he
Oh,
speaks
man.
common now. Yeah.
Mike was getting ready for the recap. Like, here we go.
The recap of the
You're
recap.
right.
I know. So they look at it. They're like, hey, this Eerie, he's super blunt, of course. He's like, your Eerie will fall if you stay here. But my army will travel to, places beyond this. All who want to go with me, I want, the only instructions you'll receive is how and when to move with us. You will be protected. And a lot of the Eerie, they okay. And then there were some who were like, I'm not gonna leave this place. I've been dying for a home my entire life, and I have one, and I think we can make this work. And so, you had some come, some go, some stay. It was a lot of arguments happening, but the council decided that, that it was their duty to have everybody continue on with the hobgoblins. So they went. A lot of the flight stayed behind. They were very confident in their abilities. But at the last minute before they left, this, I don't know, one of the high-ranking hobgoblin guys, not the big guy, but he left a battalion behind to help defend the city, because it could be, if maintained and saved, a good point to fall back to, but it wasn't worth investing more than a battalion in the way it was described anyway. But so I just watched them all fade into the dark, and then I tell dipshit over there, he nods over to Percy, you follow them, I'll stay here. And he just looks at me like I'm a fucking idiot, and then so eventually I, while he was sleeping, just stuff him into the backpack of one of the council. Real nice guy. Toucan. I don't know. Stuff him into the backpack while he was sleeping, and so, because you told me keep that dipshit safe, and he could be fucking safe in the area. Anyway, after that, it's quiet for a few days, but then the attacks at night they're getting worse and worse, and then a night that's like all the fucking nights and days since then. It's so dark you can't see anything. And, the only people to follow at that point were the flight, Matrak and his boys. And, he's been talking with one of the commanders there. He was this magical fella from the hobgoblins. He was, I think, what did they call him? It's like Vakurs the Grand, I believe. Anyway,
Did he do time shit?
no time shit, just regular magic shit. But they, they've been talking, they've been planning, and trying to build fortifications. And a lot of it was only about 10% of the population left, even back at the area after the Great Exodus is what I've been calling it.
What happened to the air elementals, the Myrmidon?
Oh no, they're kind of bound to. I thought they were bound to the place, but it turns out they're just kind of bound to whatever collection of Aarakocra are at the time. So, I mean, they don't really speak or do much, but they just seem to follow along, all except for like one, followed along with the Exodus. And there's just one. It was weird. He was just staying around this one fucking windmill, just spinning around, determined to stay. But, in the dark and in the quiet, we hear Bigfoot steps like normal, which are terrifying enough with those fucking things. And then lots more footsteps. And all of a sudden, there's all of these pale, sickly-looking elves running out of the darkness, and they're throwing daggers and jumping, and the flight takes off, and the hobgoblins they shield wall, and they get ready to try to stand. Magic guy standing behind the shield wall giving instructions. He's throwing out magic as much as he can as the flight takes off. They're dive bombing, they're firing arrows. There's only like 3 druids left at that point, but they're casting they're just making the whole ground just like this brambles and fire and everything, but they're just running over the top of it. Their feet were probably bleeding, but they didn't seem to care. They just didn't seem to care about anything, and they just kept running at the defenders. And eventually, between them and then these giant shadow motherfuckers, they just started destroying the lines until it was clear that everything was breaking. They tried to fall back even further into the city, but with the walls breached, it was only a matter of time before there was just a few left standing around. And then this creepy looking elf general of some sort, must have been the guy in charge at least, walks up and he says, "Don't worry, I'm here to show you that there's something better than all of this." And I'm sorry that you had to die. Well, not you. I'm sorry that anybody had to die. And then he goes and he pulls this crystal out and he puts it to the head of, oh, what was his name? At that time, it was Kulu, the bluebird looking guy. He was in charge of the flight. I guess something happened to Matrak. I never was able to track him down after that. And then Hobgoblin, I never caught his name, but he drops these crystals on their heads, and all of a sudden they get this weird far-off look, and then they just start doing whatever he says, and then they just start rounding up people over the next few days, all the people they can find that are left of the city. They made their way into the library and were going through all the papers and everything and just going out and finding anybody that they could and just putting these little crystals on their head and making them part of whatever the hell was going on, and everybody's just ignoring me because I'm a fucking raven. And then, it's that way for a little bit, and it's hard to tell time when there's no sun or light, or you just get tired, and I don't get tired because I don't know what I am anymore, but yeah, that's what I gotta see while you were away. How was your trip?
We killed my dad. Maleficent brought my dad back to life.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
We
good.
went to Hell, the Abyss. We went to the Abyss. Killed an archdemon, killed her dad, his remains, and then brought him back in Limbo. Bloodscale had the head of 9 dragons. Visera made a planet made out of ice cream, and I died and came back as a Kenku, and they ripped my brain out of my body and put it back in my original body.
Very
Then
carefully.
I saw very carefully, very well done, by the way. I still can't feel this pinky. I'm sorry, I don't mean to complain. But then I saw my brother, and then I became part lightning.
All right,
And
so
I
that's
am
real lightning then. That's,
so sorry I left you there.
I mean, did you know it was gonna fucking happen?
So what?
I didn't know it was
mean,
gonna
this is-
fucking happen.
Did the hobgoblins know what it is you'd be facing?
Not really. They seem very surprised at the weird elf things. I mean, they thought it was just gonna be more of the same stuff in the night. Yeah, they these weird, like, yeah, they're super pale, mostly bald. A lot of them have like weird tattoos across their bodies.
Have we seen anything like this before?
You have
I'm trying to remember.
So, do you remember the fight with the? Oh my god, I'm gonna fuck it up because I fuck it up every time. The not griffins, the fucking sphinxes.
The Sphinxes.
Yeah. Do you remember
Yeah.
those pale elves that were guarding an invisible in front when everything first kicked off? They attacked.
I remember suddenly getting our ass kicked by them.
Yep. And
I don't remember.
Sounds,
Okay.
that sounds what Higgy's describing. They were like these weird elven pale assassins.
They're not the same assassins that were with Bloodscale's backstory shithead, were they?
No, they were not. The Gilded Cleaver is more of like a motley crew of people. They're not a specific race or anything.
I just
like
remember there being some
Yeah, we re-
weirdly
we-
colored skinned elves.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Backstory.
What?
Yeah, that's nothing from Bloodscale's backstory.
No, I'm sorry. When we fought the leader of the Gilded Cleaver and we found the first Death Seedling, there were 2 weirdly colored skinned elves assassins. I might be just misremembering. It was a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember more just taking out.
Oh, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. No, those guys
Okay.
were just those were Eldrin. They had different colored skin, but
Okay,
these ones
alright.
are specifically a paled out, almost white gray skin with black
Oh,
sort of
okay.
tattoos over the top and pure black eyes.
And nothing we saw in the Feywild.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna let other people ask questions because I have to use the restroom, and then we'll be back in a second.
So as this recap is happening, those of you who are like, you notice that this very familiar blue dragonborn kind of walking up behind and just kind of sitting, watching this story happen as Alcaeus, for the first time in 13 levels, you see Alcaeus in person. He walks out of the academy and he just kind of makes his way towards you guys, and he kind of gestures you, don't interrupt him, as he kind of wants to hear this too. And he just kind of stands there and listens to this entire story. And if you guys have any questions for Maverick, now's the time.
I'm still ritual casting.
Oh, your ritual casting went off. It took him a long time to go through all of that.
Alright, then I'm gonna bust out a bunch of apartment, and I'm writing a bunch of little notes that just say "Meet at the Academy," and ripping them off, and I'm gonna I'm gonna try to get the owls to be messengers for me real quick by talking to them. Go, hey, shit's getting bad outside of here. We're gonna need to get everybody pretty much here that's in town to start working on a battle plan. And if you guys want to stay alive, I suggest you fucking help.
Well, you sending him. I can tell you who's here and who's not. Okay, interjects. That's a little too
I was
Spanish,
talking.
but-
Bloodscale has not noticed Alcaeus. He's talking to the owls.
Oh yeah, Alcaeus has come up behind you and he's saying that. He understands what you're saying.
Ah!
Oh, how have you been?
Get a
I
bit
just pull
shorter
up
than
the
you
mask
used to
real
be.
quick. How does it look?
You're a bit larger than you used to be. It's been
No.
a while.
No, seriously. Bloodscale pulls up the mask.
Oh,
It's man.
How's it look?
Looks like there's something going on in there, but you got a blue one, so it can't be all bad.
That's racist. Colorist? I don't know.
technically
I'm going
it's
through a lot right now.
It's
I'm sorry. Hi. I'm Uza.
spectralist. Hello, Uza.
Whatever. Find me a bronze. I need a bronze.
You
Either
need
way,
a bra.
We
Okay.
need people here. Everybody.
All right. Who are you?
Everybody in charge, at least. I mean,
Okay.
Do you know what happened in the 80?
In the Erie. Well, we don't know what happened, but they came, their leaders and quite a few hobgoblin came to the gates a few days ago, claiming that you had told them that this was a good place to, well, gather. And there was a lot of debate between the guild masters of what to do about it, but eventually it was decided to let them in, just because there was no way to leave any living creature in that night. So they were.
And you notice that this place, even though it's underground and it's inside, does not have the same oppressive darkness. It doesn't have the ink gathering at the corners. It doesn't have the shadow stuff. It looks exactly the
How's
same way as it
Zealot
should.
Rakim looking?
The Zealer Rakim above are glittering. They are clearly doing something. There's like almost shadows and splashes of rainbow going through them at points. They seem to be doing something.
But then
still,
yes.
still an owl talk. Did the kids make it here fine?
Which kids?
You know which kids.
Oh, yes, of course.
Are they inside?
Yes.
Bloodscale just takes off. They go inside.
He grabs your shoulder.
Oh.
Hold on, just 1 second. Who are you trying to send these birds to? He pulls you back.
I literally say everyone who could. We just need everybody in charge here. There's shit going wrong.
All right then.
Oh, looking bad, Alcaeus.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Luckily, we've been here before whatever happened.
Has anything
so-
attacked here yet?
Well, the thing about here is hard to make it through the bridge, and the back door is equally secure. So we've been receiving a lot of people looking for sanctuary. I know there's one of your friends, actually, some sort of dwarven smith. I forgot his name.
Krenzel.
That's it, yeah.
Kakarot.
Krenzel Bronzemaster. Yeah, he made his way to the city. He seemed really annoyed. Had this little metal guy with him, but he was annoyed to have come. He said, but then, after the night fell outside, he seemed a little more grateful to be where he was.
Get him too and tell him that he has an opportunity to work on fucking dragon bone. That's rare as shit.
So wait, it's night here all the time too?
No, we're just inside.
Oh.
There's no real sun here.
He gestures over to. Do you remember the pillar that kind of marked time and light and everything?
It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
But outside is there's still
Outside.
a normal day.
Dark.
Oh.
Not great.
But yes, let's see. The Bronze Master and his little companion, they were here. They've taken up helping the smithy, and so we'll send word for them. Shrine! He shouts out, and you see Shanoth Jr. Comes out. And you see he's painted his feathers all over. They're clearly this white bleaching of his feathers to have a similar tattoos to Shanoth, but over his black crow feathers. Go fetch Bronze Master while we wait here. He nods.
Maybe he knows how to get a bronze dragon in my brain. No, I need the kids, the dragon kids. I'm gonna go talk to the dragon kids.
All right.
Pardon me, excuse me.
Scott, what are you doing?
No, the moment he says real, he'll stop like mid-stride, like, come on.
Sorry, I've just taken, kind of shine to them. Maybe I can help. Heskrin, Toil, and Ruloff have all, they're a little sensitive.
I'm literally here to give them a hug.
Oh, by all means.
He gives you a big
Marches back,
smile,
marches away.
big pat on the back. Does anybody else do anything as Bloodscale goes in to check on? Oh wait, this music's no longer appropriate. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna ask Vice Sarah to banish me for 54 seconds.
Give me $1. I'm just kidding.
I give him a gold and write dollar on it.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I don't want your money. Banish him.
Okay. So, as the banishment takes place, well, now I can get the win back. All right. But
Everything's cutting out. Hold on.
Sure.
Shit. Hold on. That's consistent now. Sorry. It was getting weird.
Okay, no worries. Somebody type something. Banishment. Okay.
I just banishment.
I'm gonna try and cast thaumaturgy on myself before he does it, but if not a big deal. I will do that.
You
as soon
can.
as I
I'll
can.
wait till you do it. I'm not gonna.
It's a cantrip,
let you
easy enough. So yeah, you go and cast that, and then there we go. Hold on, pull this up here. All right, and then you find yourself once again gone in a flash. This bright blue magic leaving just a trace as you banish Uza. You find yourself you are flying, and you're just outside the skirts of the city of Akka. As you look onto it, you see there are multiple flights of Aarakocra now circling the city. You see off in the distance, visible from here, there is this purple encroaching cloud, and as you approach, what do you do?
Using thaumaturgy, I'm pulling out my mace, lighting that bad boy up, and shouting out, "The Eyrie has fallen. We gather our forces at Kern.
Is that all? Sorry.
Our
it's not-
brothers, sorry, we gather our forces at Kern. Those that did not die at the Eyrie have been enslaved."
This is gonna sound weird. Can I get you to say it like you would have said it?
Okay. Let's see if.
I just want to make sure I get all of the right stuff from it.
No. You're good. Let me try and capture this because Uza's in full fucking panic.
Yeah.
Akadi! Scrawl! The Erie's fallen. We're trying to gather our forces at Kern. But those still in the Eyrie, they've been enslaved.
And then you hear a crack of thunder, just this, and then you see instantly, standing before you is the entire Azure Guard, as the lightning hits beneath you, you see there's this bright flash, and then this silver platform appears, and on it the entire Azure Guard is kneeling, and your brother looks up to you as all the rest are stared down. He's like,
Then we await the order of our captain. Let us know when you need us, and we shall be by your side, brother.
How goes it here?
The fight has come to somewhat of a standstill. The forces seem focused other places or have accomplished whatever they have chosen here. The city of Akar stands for now, but if the area has fallen and we have the resources, we shall avenge it.
Then I will call upon you, the Azure Guard and its might. We will avenge those that fell.
We will avenge
Lord,
those
shall
who fell! You hear from the entire Azure Guard, except for your brother, as they all stare down.
And then I'm going to get really close to Skrull, my brother. And we will bring peace. We will bring freedom. Or peace.
To your new
To those-
empire.
We will bring freedom or peace to those that have been enslaved.
Wingless no more. We stand to be free.
And 54 seconds expires as you are sent back to the realm. Just a little touch of wind and thunder swirling around you. As once again, the calm of the city takes over.
I think I found us another ally.
I love to hear that.
The Azure Guard. They, for some reason, Phobator has lessened his assault on the city in the... Oh shit, what's the name of the city there?
Aka,
You just said
A-A-Q-A.
it. Akari. Aka.
That's
the city of
perfect.
Aka.
That means he has limited resources, and we can increase the pressure on fronts. We can
Yeah.
attack him in multiple ways, and it will actually affect him. That's great. I mean, that's
Yeah.
terrible, but that's good news.
Yeah. Can we do this?
Don't have a choice.
Fair. It's a really okay. Sniffles, and he's gonna wipe the tear out of his eye. Okay, no, okay.
Slight spark.
I'm good. I'm good.
There
I'm
offers
good.
a
We're
little
good.
awkward fist bump, like,
Awkwardly fist bumped it back.
As you,
there you go.
the awkward fist bump happens.
Don't tell Bloodscale.
Fair enough.
It'd be funny if Bloodscale's just coming back out of the thing at this point, sees this, and is just like, no, that's cool, it's fine.
Okay, so while that was going on, was there anything else anybody wanted to do? Okay, so
I'm just gonna change my clothes from the pirate outfit back to my JoJo's outfit.
yeah, you just
JoJo's.
quick. You basically
Feywild outfit.
you grab the corner of your coat, spin back.
I don't
Easy.
want to spin. Can I not
Okay.
spin? I'm not Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
That's fair. No, okay. So how about this? You touch the center of the eye patch.
Sailor
You
Moon?
draw a line up, and then as you push you point down, everything transforms back. The goggles and then your whole ensemble comes back together. Unless you had a better way to flavor it.
That's fine.
All right, perfect.
I'm sure there's a bench near the owl tree. Mesnos would have just sat down and started his short rest.
Oh,
Actually,
you know what? I'm gonna have it do
Mesnos and I disappear.
Oh, even better.
Ooh.
I real quick,
Good,
I'm gonna
dear.
make mine a
Yeah.
full Sentai hero. I'm just gonna cross my arms and X, have all my clothes glow, and then just reform into the clothes that they were before.
Wait, so is it cross glow and then bam shatter into existence like a
Yes.
okay,
Yeah, it's like friggin' yeah.
fucking sick.
And shit. Anyway,
Never mind, Mesnos.
Ugh. Oh gosh. I didn't know
Okay,
they did
so-
that.
they do.
Fucking awesome.
I have a feeling the Mesnos and Zephyr disappearance is going to take a little bit longer than Bloodscale's thing, so we're going to do Bloodscale next. Unless anybody else had anything.
It's very short, actually.
Oh, okay. So,
Do it.
where do you guys
heard.
head off to?
We head off to an inn
Lord of mercy, where are you going?
We'll be
Ow.
back.
Like, we're sneaking away. Like, bedroom.
I just hit the earpiece. You guys aren't dead, right? Okay, fair enough. Please take
We
out your
get-
heads.
We're
Headpiece.
going
Yes,
for
please
a
take out the earpieces.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course I'm gonna
Just
take
take
out
out
the
the
earpiece.
I'm gonna tell her dad.
It's okay. Apparently,
Just here, but can't hear
that's
this.
okay.
Yeah, I also just want to actually get a long rest because I spent some really high level spells getting us there.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, as you guys kind of scoot away, and so normally we're there's of course the fade to black, but there is something better, something more free. There's you guys' connection has deepened a lot since the last time you guys had a moment to just the two of you. You innately feel that it's noticeable. So back to Bloodscale. You head inside, and you see there's quite a few people in this academy. You recognize that there's Fendrick, the Fortunate. You walk past him as you see he's teaching a whole classroom full of people.
If he doesn't notice, I'm not going to wave. If he notices, he'll just go a slight wave. But
He doesn't notice. He's completely absorbed in what he's doing. You notice Dabrin, the Fire Ganassi bard who was in Menestros when you met him. He's teaching a music class. He does notice, and he just throws you the wave before going back, and he's teaching a viol class. You already saw Shannon the shrine. You notice the Michelangelo, who you guys hadn't seen, who didn't take a new Aarakocra name, is one of the VL students.
he's
let's
learning. I'm not going to bother him.
see. And then you go through. He's hanging out. You recognize what was her name? Sorry, the little blonde girl from the poor family who you guys had. Her grandfather was one of your main contacts in Kern. Is
Yes.
there, and Lanwalatin Smeltpike. But yeah, she was in Fendrick's class. Real quick, just make an Arcana check for me out of just pure curiosity.
Oh, that's going to be bad.
Yeah, probably. It's some sort of magic they're learning.
Yep, that sounds about right. Moving on.
But then you come across it's a tinkering class, clearly. But you recognize Gimzek. Silverthought. He's teaching the inner workings and how to basically he's saying something about tying the arcane energies to mechanical sources, and it's whatever. But you notice
Dad, let's...
but all three of the children are there. They're all just kind of sitting and waiting, and my god, I'm glad I organized my notes before this. I did not know we were going here.
That's what I like to do.
But yeah, all three, Heskrin, Torin, and Rulof, and they're in their human forms, but they're also not completely human. You can tell that they're becoming more and more comfortable here. There's some skin, some scales that is showing through, and their eyes are that of a bronze dragon. There's that pure molten kind of gold, as they're having a wonderful time. There are a few other students in sorry, copper. What did I say? Bronze? Fucking copper and bronze.
Bronze
man.
is the one that I'm missing.
Yes.
Getting his hopes up and shit.
No, I knew better.
But yeah, they're all
Me, the knew better.
they're there's several other students in the class, but those are the main ones, and they
Do I recognize the teacher of this class? Or was this the Gimzek class? Or is
yeah, this is the Gimzek class.
Do I remember Gimzek's name?
roll a
I did
history.
get slightly more brain damage.
Roll a history check at advantage because you guys had a pretty decent relationship. As my fucking browser. Go ahead. Let me know what it is because I can't see it right now.
6.
6. It's okay. You had is basically if you had a natural 1 because you guys worked a lot together, so no problem. With a 6, you don't remember everything, but you do remember. Oh yeah, this was the guy. Yeah. He's one of the good ones. He helped us a lot. It's like, well, yeah, I remember you. You're great. Where else? We had lots of good times. But your brain can't actively pick up one of those times.
But does
With
it pick up a
6?
name still, or am I like, hey?
You get Gimzek, but not Silverthought.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, and just knock first.
Oh, Bloodscale. Yes, no, come on through. For those of you who don't know, this is one of our, I guess they call it, what do they call it? Alumni. Oh, this is one of the graduates of our class, our academy, who went on to become a very successful adventurer, even saved the entire city of Gurn from quite the disaster. But come in.
Do I notice the kids at least one of them should recognize me? Do I notice that?
Yes, one definitely recognizes you. The one you sent off with Fendrick.
Paladin.
Fendrick and the Paladin, yeah.
Fendrick.
Fendrick
Literally,
and-
Bloodscale, before doing it, they're just gonna turn and just like open his arms. Like, come on.
Fendrick and Ash Thirdair. Those are the ones who came through. Yes.
Yeah,
The
so
one.
Bloodscale just turns to him and just like does the open arm, like, come on, bring it in.
And this is let's see, that was the this one's actually one of the be the middle child, I guess. And just big jump, leaps in, and like it's the full like the little kid squeeze where they have like arms and legs, they're just like ah! Now they can't get quite all the way around you, so like they try to hold on, but they're sliding down as you
No,
give them
it's
one
just gonna be
back.
the one arm lift.
Yeah, and then the others kind of walk over and kind of look up at you. You know, Heskrin and Torin, or sorry, Heskrin ran over to you. Torin and Ruloth, the girl and the other boy kind of walk over and they give you like a little wave. It seems that they need our room for a moment. Class, follow me. We'll learn something about outside. Why not?
No, I can take them out for a second.
That's good
Sure,
because these
it's fine.
workstations are quite intricate and it would have actually been really hard. So thank you. Yes, please go outside.
Alright.
And so you guys kind of head outside. The Heskrin, who is just basically stuck to you at this point, starts to like just kind of pull back and give you a big smile. Like, so, how did it go? What did you know? What did you find? How are you back?
He just points at his face and go, "There's a lot of dragons in here, man."
Reaches
It's
up
weird.
and like pokes one of the eyes and then pulls it out.
Ah,
Sorry.
it's still an eye.
Yeah.
Which one did he poke?
It would have been. Oops, not two. But we'll take that. Would have been the green.
Oh, she's gonna be mad. It's okay. I'll let her know it was a kid. I'll apologize. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird and bad out there, and I'm glad you guys made it.
Me too.
There's a particular eyeball up here that's also super glad that you guys made it.
Yeah. Wait. There people? There's people in your eyes?
No, there are dragons in there. I mean, for you guys, that'd be people.
You see this big smile. There are dragons in your eyes. I want dragons in my eyes. And then at that point,
Okay.
the other two have kind of like sidled in closer and they're kind of looking up. I want to see. Can I see?
I will aim my head down so they can see. But I'm going to mumble real quick. Fuck it, Chuck, they're kids. Just don't be mean. I know they poked you. Don't be mean to them. And I'll just try to say hello with all the voices.
You hear all the voices, Chalk included, say hello. And they all kind of like step back for a second as you say that and then kind of lean in. Like, holy shit. What was that?
And then I'm going to try to let Shenoth speak a bit.
So as you kind of open your mouth, you hear,
My grandchildren, I cannot express my joy at seeing you. Oh, sorry, that's not his voice.
Mhm.
My grandchildren, I cannot express my joy at seeing you once again. If all happens the way I'm hoping, one day I'll finally be able to live near you. They all kind of like open their eyes and then, Bloodscale's our grandfather?
But just a snap out of it, like, no, I'm not. No, just that one. Just that. See this eyeball here?
You point to the purple.
He's got grandpa in his eyes.
Oh,
Just that one's grandpa, man.
okay. Well, if that one's grandpa, then so are we related or?
Not. Just think of me as a cool uncle. It's okay.
Uncle Bloodscale, okay.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with that one. Do you guys know where your mom is?
The teen-ish one, the moodier. It's like
The emo one.
the emo one, yeah. It's like
Phase. It's fine.
it's
we
not
all
a
had it.
phase. It's not a phase. No, he's just like, he kind of like steps forward. His hair has grown considerably. It's about shoulder length, and he's like, yeah, she's well. So I don't know this. She came into town, and now she signed up to be like a guard or something. Like I don't know. She said, if this is her home and she's gonna defend it or whatever. But I don't know if they know she's a dragon or not.
So she's here.
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, that helps so much. Holy crap. Huh.
Well, she's apparently you told somebody in Vernder to come here. Oh, there's orcs here too. That's weird.
Like orcs?
Yeah, like orcs.
Oh, I will tell Ulu.
Who's Ulu? Okay.
Actually,
Whatever.
why
It's
you
cool.
haven't met everybody.
What?
You guys want to meet the Dawnforged company?
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah, they like are glued to you as you head outside.
All right, everybody pile on. Just go ahead, like watch the wings and back, but you can pile on. I'll stoop down so they can just climb.
Torin, the older one, he kind of helps rule off onto your shoulders, the little girl, but he does not jump on.
That's fine. I get it.
But he like nods like, yeah, you're like, yeah, yeah. You guys head outside. You guys see Bloodscale.
Hey, you want to wear a bear?
I mean, did you kill the bear?
I mean, look at it. It's on me, ain't it?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll put the bear on him.
It's way too big for him, but he's like fucking like. This is the first time you've seen him jazzed at all. You can tell that being here has been very good for him. Like, but
If
yeah,
you pull the hood over your eyes, you can actually look through those gems.
What? No way. This is cool. This is you killed this bear. Like that's okay. And, like,
Occasionally, I can talk to a bear. Things get weird.
not bad. And so at this point, you guys see Bloodscale. Looks like almost his cloak walking by itself, but you recognize a person under there. And then two little kids, one still just glued to his side, being kind of propped up, and then one on his shoulders, grabbing the horns and just holding on, like, just looking around, having a beautiful time.
Hello.
Hi.
Wait, Sarah, remember the kid we saved from the death tree?
Ray. Lord.
Hi.
Been a
How's his
while,
arm
hasn't
look?
it?
How's the arm look?
Yeah.
So the arm, you can see, it's one of the places that scales clearly cover most of where the cut was, but it looks intact.
I'm pointing out like, shit, that looks great.
Yeah, it's it could be worse. It's,
I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool.
it works for hugging.
Absolutely.
And he tries to do a bigger squeeze on the blood scale, but can't because they're already.
Alright, beefy boy. For anyone who wasn't here, this is one of my dragon's like grandchildren.
Alright, that makes sense.
Also, now they're training to be adventurers in what is our school, so that's pretty fucking cool.
Oh, that's crazy.
And just do
Let's see,
minor introductions to everybody who's here, because
Yeah, you guys meet.
except for Mrs.
I
Reynolds.
go to him and I go, you know they'll disappear soon, but I fucking press to digitate 2 little patches for the Dawnforged, like cast it on them.
They like you see they like grab it and they like the little boy just refuses to let go of Bloodscale and just like reaches over and just like grabs it and he like sticks it on his shoulder and then the little girl grabs it, she slaps it on her forehead.
Keeps up, you get one of your own that won't disappear.
Like she goes to lick it before remembering it's magic and then sticks it on.
Don't like the magic. Yeah, alright, there you go.
How old are these kids again?
So the so Heskren, the one
45 and
no
I don't know,
Heskren,
man. I'm 8.
Well, it's dragon years too, so I mean it could be.
dragons they mature at the same rate. So
Right.
you got Heskren, there was the young one who got the arm cut off, was the original Death Seedling that you guys saved. And then Torin was the emo. He's so. Oh, sorry. Heskren is like 10-ish. Torin is clearly in their teens. You know, a little bit more angsty years. And then Ruloth is little. Ruloth's only like 6.
Who here uses a bow?
Oh
You hear-
God.
Torin is like, well, you know, I've been studying. I'm okay. Like,
Think fast, and I'm gonna throw the braces of archery at him. And I'm not saying pause.
To him.
I'm saying throw.
oh yeah.
Football style.
So you toss them and like,
No,
He's
no,
like,
no.
sorry, you pitch them at him.
Throw.
Full
I
speed.
want to see if he could catch them.
So he goes to see. Oh wait, and then he is pause. Oh wait,
He's
a minute,
older
let me-
than me. He should be fine.
Hold on, let me check his stats real quick.
Oh,
I forgot.
shit.
He has.
He has stats, guys. That means they're gonna die.
You just shot
They
you
all
hit him in the head with the bracer. Next
They
snap
all have
immediately.
stats.
Oh God, sneak attack. He's dead.
He's dead. You killed him. Why'd you do it, man?
No, he's not in combat with me, so it's
Cure
fine.
wound. That's still.
Can you imagine him to steal the dead and bring him back? And it's just like,
You failed the test. I'm keeping the bracers.
So we'll just. Sorry, 1 second. Gotta find. Okay, there it is. 6. He manages to catch one, but the other like bounces off of his shoulder, and you hear him.
Question, can I try to catch the other? Because
Sure.
with
Like,
danger sense.
Yeah. Give me a acrobatics check.
You're not athletics.
Yeah, athletics for moving. Oh, it doesn't matter. All right, so yeah, you're easily able to catch the other one, and as like he catches the one, the other hits his shoulder and it bounces up. You grab it and you hear mumbling from under the hood. I could have caught it if I was ready. I just wasn't ready. I didn't know. Like he's
You're
like
right,
already
you're right,
making
man, you're right.
excuses. No, but like you can tell
Bear
he's.
cloak got in your way. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
obvious.
The bear cloak.
Yeah.
It's so
I
big.
get
It's
this
heavy.
look like, did you really?
I'm gonna shrug. And be like, what? He's older than me.
No, I tried again, and he like tosses the
No,
one that he
I
has
just
back
lean
to you.
over and
Oh,
I
oh,
lean over
perfect. I'm
and
gonna
I
catch
go, you're an adult now.
So yeah, he tosses it back to you.
it. I am. Oh. Damn it. I have
The
an
adult
adult.
now really got him.
And then you see he puts down the bear cloak. He's like, no, seriously, I'm ready. Come on, go. Give him the other one. I
Yeah?
can do both. I can
All
catch
right.
both.
All right. And I'm going to make it look as like I chuck these as hard as I physically can. But I'm really only going to give him about 50, 60%.
Okay. Okay, with that, you see, like, the slower, they kind of separate a little bit, but he, like, you could tell he's been thinking a lot about being a hero adventurer. He's like a kid at this point who's seen a little too much anime. But, like, he sees them come through there, and he steps forward, down on one knee, and then, like, throws out both hands and catches them, and he's, like, looking at the ground, trying to strike this cool pose, but he's not quite there. It's, like, a little, like, oh, buddy. But and then he's like, yeah,
it
see?
has the power of anime and God on his side.
Exactly. Kind of, yeah, exactly that.
A Dawnforged symbol explodes. It's all illusion and no heat or anything. Just
Yeah. No, he like jumps up from his like position. He's like, see, I told you I could do it. I told you I could do it. I just needed, it's the cloak. It's the cloak. It was all the cloak.
Clearly.
gives Uzi
Make sure you wear it next time.
What are these? And he's like looking.
They are the bracers of archery.
No way! I read about these, and he start already putting them on.
You know, as a member of the Dawnforged company now, you're gonna need your first magic item, man. Since these were my first one, pass them along.
I mean, yeah, of course, yeah.
But also as a member, a new junior member, it means you do have to kind of take orders from us.
Absolutely.
I mean,
but the order's really easy. It's just you gotta protect your kids, your kid siblings here.
Mom gave me that order. Like, no, I can do that.
Yeah, but this is an official one, as part of the Dawnforged company.
No, of course, yeah. And he like stands up like extra straight at that point. And he picks up the cloak and he's like, "Of course, I will do this for you. Like, I pledge myself to the Dawnforged company." And he goes to like kneel, and he's like, he looks up at Bloodscale like,
You don't, no, we're easy,
Okay,
man.
all right,
We're easy.
Cool.
All I had to do to do it was steal his goggles.
Good. Alcaeus, he keeps talking about like packs and stuff you gotta make when you're an adventurer. It's important. Ah, shit.
Counterpoint. When I first became an adventurer, something tried to make a pact with me, and I told it to fuck off. Pretty sure it was Phobator. So, read your contract, kids.
Literally, the first thing I was trying to teach him was be sure you want to make it first.
Counterpoint? The only reason that, honestly, they're probably alive right now is because they made a pact with their granddad.
See, it can all work out. Anyway,
So use your head. A real lesson.
well, you found your company, Torin. But I would say maybe an extra year here won't hurt anything.
Oh, he's got to finish school.
Of course.
That's what Mom said.
I had to finish school. You got to finish school.
Make a deception check.
So with the black dragon mask,
You have advantage against Dragonkin. Yes, absolutely.
with any charisma check,
I know.
any charisma based check.
Oh my god. Using his magic weapon to lie to children.
Lying to a child.
Yeah. 15. Yeah, he's not. He's like he kind of like. He's like, well, I mean, if you had to, I mean, do you remember it though? Because I remember you were like, you like knocks his head.
Hey, I'm not the smartest, but I am the
No, it's not.
beefiest.
No, just memory. Just memory. No, you're not. You're not stupid. No, I didn't say that. I didn't mean that. No.
No, I said that. You're fine.
Okay.
No, I said that. You're fine.
What is anybody else
You
doing?
can't call me an idiot. I can call.
I'm just gonna. So are we getting a meeting? Like.
After that, I'm shooing the kids back to class because they got to go finish school.
Kind of like, oh, yeah. And then, so, Torin's walking away with your bear cloak on.
I'm gonna do that thing where I just put my foot on the bottom because it's dragging.
Yeah.
Like a fucking train on a dress. I'm just gonna put my foot on it and let it pull.
And you're like, he goes and he starts to like his head pulled back and he, no, yeah, of course. He looks like super embarrassed. And he just ducks in before anybody can say fucking anything.
Gotta fuck with them a little bit. It's fine.
You know, you're still an uncle. So, what? Sorry, was anybody else doing anything?
just gonna ask the team, like, should we go talk to the current leadership, see what's going on here?
Well, Alcaeus was gonna send message out to get
Krenzel.
leaders and shit here.
What do we want to tell them?
So Krenzel was specifically sending out letters to people in leaderships outside
I mean,
of the city.
Alcaeus?
Alcaeus, what did I say?
Krenzel.
Sorry, I was thinking, yeah, because Krenzel's is the one you've already sent out for. And then
Well,
looking
no, because
up,
when Buzzkill was trying to talk to the owls, he's like, we need everybody who's in leadership here to come here for a meeting. And then Alcaeus was like, I could do that. Like, fuck.
Perfect. Okay, and then you do notice that the Zealer Akeem right above all of you has turned white. Like this kind of white shining light. And then a little
White,
bit over
like-
the... And then a
White
little
like
bit...
skin tone?
No, white like glowing...
Like,
Like-
directing people towards us?
like crystal, yeah. And then it's at this point
I was thinking
Alcaeus...
skin tone of a guy who's now frozen in carbonite up there.
Alcaeus looks up and he's like, yeah, it looks like he knows you're here.
It's got a lot of fucking memories to copy, don't it?
Well, I don't think they can leave, but I think whatever they're doing is helping protect the city.
Well, that's great. While you're here, before you go send out a bunch of messages, we need to figure out how to get a goddamn bronze dragon into my brain.
I mean, through your letters, I take it has something to do with the axe, yeah?
Yes and no. It also has something to do with this. I just hold up the brazier. Because I don't think he's physically seen the brazier yet.
Huh.
And he kind of goes over to it and he starts inspecting it. He's clearly like intrigued as hell about what's going on here. And we're gonna have him do an Arcana check. See if we can figure it out.
I'm letting him look, even though I can literally tell him what it is.
With a 12 in his history of studying dragon shit, he's gonna look at it for like a long second. He's gonna look up and he's like,
That's not from any color, but it's dragon. What have you done? What have you found?
It is from a color, it's just a color that doesn't exist anymore, if that helps you understand.
his eyes go wide as you say a color that doesn't exist anymore. And he's like,
Are you telling me you found the octarine?
Yeah?
And you harvested their bones and are wearing it as...
Hold on, watch this. Uza, come here.
Yep.
And I touch Uza's bow and I just put the blue in it.
you guys watch as the spark jumps across and the blue eye closes and disappears.
Pull
Woo!
out my bow and
You're not there, Zephyr.
I'm
pull
just
out the
saying,
bow
ooh,
and,
that's fancy.
like, oh, I kind of look like half lightning.
And you
So kinda
watch
like
in
I'm
the
just
middle of Uza's
twang it
forehead,
a little bit.
in the middle of Uza's forehead, a blue eye.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be demonstrating with this. Like, there really isn't any change.
Oh, there is. In the middle of
No,
Uza's...
I know. I'm saying that.
Sorry.
I'm
Sorry, I
saying
get
that
what
as
you're
a
saying.
Uza because
Yeah.
it's in my forehead. I
Yeah.
can't see it.
That's true. Okay.
It's on your forehead.
What?
The eye.
Huh? Yeah.
The eye is on your forehead.
I mean, he's right, but I need you to do something.
Yeah.
Close both of your eyes
Aye.
and try to let Ulhar talk.
Okay, I close both my eyes and I listen. Hey, Ulhar, how's it going?
It's going great! Now, open your mouth!
What?
Open your mouth!
I'm 8, and I need an adult. Then I open
that's
my
bull-
I am an adult!
Also, you are an adult too.
Yeah.
I know, but it's still funny.
Yeah. No, Ulhar
I
just...
will.
So, as you close your eyes and you open your mouth, you guys hear Ulhar's voice. He's like,
Okay. You were so close once, but that's okay.
okay, so looks at Uzi and he's like,
Oh, that son of a bitch.
and that's where we're going to go ahead and end. Because it's 10 o'clock and I didn't mean to keep you guys this long.
We started late. So.
Jesus fucking Christ, Ty.
Sorry.
Damn.
What?
Oh,
You
man,
know.
I had to go through so much.
Complete
man.
fucked Erie.
I mean,
Sorry, bud.
here's time.
So
Look,
no.
you're not
I love it. It's great.
Oh,
That's awesome. It makes
The
sense.
torture of
I'm-
Uza continues.
I am 100% in for it. It's actually kind of funny because I actually wrote like a little mini speech of how I was going to convince everyone in the Erie to go to Kern. But apparently I don't have to do that.
No, the way that you guys had set up everything, it made sense for, the area after having all that internal, turmoil and everything like that. It really made sense to me for them to not feel confident in standing up against this insane hobgoblin army that was coming towards them. And I was trying to keep track of time. Was clearly accelerated while you guys were gone, but because of, and then it was different for each realm you were in. Actually, more like.
Oh
'cause-
shit! Really? Has
Yeah,
it been longer than 9 days?
it has been
Fuck, I
on
didn't
the
even
outside.
realize that.
Yeah, because you know that it'd been probably longer, just because the hobgoblins making it from where they were to Kern would have taken them longer than
Shit,
9
yeah.
days. So you know that more than had passed, but it only made sense to me that the new council, who you guys, based on who you guys had chosen, there wasn't a whole lot of warlike mentality there, and unfortunately, I couldn't think of a reason or anybody convincing Matrak to leave, and that's why he
No,
stayed
for
behind.
sure. It's actually kind of a sad highlight for Uza.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't have left the Erie for anything.
No,
Right.
Captain went down with the ship.
exactly. And then, as far as the other things, there's a lot. You guys were constantly sending letters and stuff. Kern has been slowly evolving. The more letters and shit you guys have sent, there's been a lot of people who've been there for a while. Like, you sent Krenzel something. I think it would have been
I thought it was a while ago, yeah.
weeks ago in game time, and so he made his way there. and
Weeks
he was-
ago in the normal material plane.
Normal material play. Normal material. Yeah. So he got there long before the night fell, as people have been calling it. But I don't know. I know it was a lot to dump on you guys, but I was trying to actively, depending on how long things took. But you guys got relatively quickly, actually. But Mark, what was going on with all of the planes at the same time? And I hope it's semi-satisfying. I know it's kind of weird for large things to happen while you're not around in a D&D game, but I hope it worked
But
out.
it wouldn't make sense for the world not to have other things going on that weren't based on the party exactly.
I couldn't
No,
I
no,
couldn't have
for
everything
sure.
stop is the so that's why
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
We don't have to, the whole arc with the Erie is wrapped up pretty nicely. Had a nice emotional hit to it.
Yeah.
yeah
Not
yeah
over, but, like,
Oddly
that
enough.
plot point, you know?
yeah but oh shit, yeah, we're still streaming. Bye everybody, thank you for hanging on
Bye,
watching and a
everybody.
little bit of
Did we start?
we did actually a while
Did
ago.
we
So.
end? That was the
Did we
problem.
end? Yeah, no, that's the problem. Okay, so yeah, we'll catch you all later
Well, I know,
and
like
have
you
a beautiful
started,
day.
You don't care.
You don't care.